Please note the views and opinions expressed by the hosts on this show are not necessarily the views held by the station.
You're listening to Critical Mass Radio. Now, it's our turn.
Damn straight it is. Okay. Oh, what a day, what a day. It's amazing when, what do you call it? Oh yeah, the allegories start showing up in droves, all moments of now. I'm going to give everybody the heads up here though. We're going to have people fall off. Like, a lot of people. And, you see, anytime someone falls off, what I see is our table. I said ours, it's what I see is our table. It's not my table. When I see people get up and walk away, generally in a huff, it's not them, it's their ego. It's one of the toughest things people have to accept. It's pretty easy for me. I mean, I spent a lifetime being wrong, so this was a no-brainer, really. Everything you thought you ever knew, everything you thought that ever mattered, everything you think, it's all bullshit. And, when you get people spending lifetimes, be it in whatever situation they're in, this will help explain the trap that most people on this planet are in. They get caught up in it and they just kind of go with the flow. And for me, it had to be something, what is it that would keep me wanting to play in this game at the level we were playing? And the only thing that really resonated for me was ignorance. And, just going through the motions of day-to-day life as it was indoctrinated into me and everyone else. Go to school, go to college, whatever the case may be, get a job, work for, 40 plus years, give 95% of that to the government, and then die, and they insult you with a stone with all caps on it that allegorically stated, you never lived anyway, you fool. I thought that, no, that's not my kind of game. So I dared to, think a little different. No, that's fine for whoever wants it. They want to stay at it, that's fine. And then you got people that, like myself, I'm 49, right? I went through the luxury of having, 35 years of my life ripped apart and stolen. Couldn't be more grateful, personally. Because I'll tell you, if that hadn't happened, sorry if I sound like a victim right now. Not. If that hadn't have happened, then I wouldn't be sitting here talking with you. Well, chances are I might be, but I'd probably still be pulling the same shit that, sorry, I just saw a post. How many times have I torn Alex Jones a new one on this show, and a co-host laughing along with me, thinking it was all fun, and I just post. Like, fuck's sakes, Tony. Right? Now he's promoting the guy. This is what I'm talking about. This is people that cannot let go of their delusions. That, but my whole life purpose is about this and that. I don't give a fuck what your life purpose was. You obviously weren't on the right one because you're still sleeping. If you're going along with what everybody else is doing, you're not being very original. I kind of like being original. Kind of like having my own thoughts. And over the last, especially over the last few weeks, it's just getting more and more original because all I'm seeing now are the allegories. I'll still see the literal, but I'll tell you, when somebody starts talking to me in a literal sense, I'm just, yeah, okay, sure. Uh-huh. Great. Yep, yep, absolutely. I don't want to be rude. If people want to stay stuck in the dramas and all the rest of it, it's fine. It's fine. I'll be congenial and courteous. Always the polite hostess. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, hi, I'm Kate of Gaia, hostess for Outside the Box. Yeah, we're crowding 6 years on the air now, guys. It's pretty cool. And I got to tell you, this is the first time over the last few weeks that anything I've been really talking about is worth anything. Oh, and then we just throw everything else in my life in the garbage. Sure, why not? It's already there. It's past. Unless, of course, you want to, you know, keep all the crap. That's fine. I mean, allegorically, I mean, you look around North America. It's just, I have a storage unit because where I had my furniture and stuff was in a house, and that was stolen. So it's the only reason I have a storage unit, just to keep the songs and the lyrics and photographs. It's the only reason at this point. Yeah, there's a few odds and ends. If I ever got into a place where I could set some of the stuff up, I'd be a very Spartan little pad, but certainly save $160 a month on fucking storage fees, but whatever. And again, gratitude. The show that I did in February has carried me to this point. I cannot be more grateful. It's helped others as well. So you need to know that what came in was shared. As I said, all I need, and that was fulfilled, and I was able to help others as well, which is cool. It's about transmuting, or cross-silencing the money. And when you fully understand what money is and it passes through your hands, you're transmuting it. You're removing that, literally just by the touch of it, the curse of the theft of the divine feminine, as done through the birth bonds and all the rest of it. Yeah, isn't it funny? I haven't been talking about that much lately. Why? Because it's all allegory, and it all factors in. And these are the key things that I had to look at. For me, it was about, we've heard everyone talk about this is a prison planet for, I mean, King of the Fear Porn and his cohort. You're the resistance to fear porn. Come on, Tony, let's talk. Okay, so, sorry, I'm just going to call it what it is. Shit, how long do you got to hang around me to not get it? Fuck. This is what I'm talking about. This is the people falling off. And no harm to you, Tony. You carry on there and spin yourself out, knock yourself out. So, and that includes all the others that fell off the bandwagon, if you will. And that's okay. I'm singing the song, and whether you want to be a part of the band or not, it's entirely up to you. The song's going to go forward anyway, with or without me or anybody. So, anyway, yeah. Seriously? Oh my God. Anyway. No, there's no ego there at all. None. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's get back on the tracks here. Sorry, I just find it really humorous. But anyway. Oh, I'll probably get a message or something. I don't give a shit. Yeah, knock yourself out. Yeah, a lot of people that I deem to be very close to me have fallen off. And I only see that as the closer we get, those of you that are tuned in, congratulations, you're tuned in. Yeah, you are tuned in on a level the vast majority of the planet isn't. And I know this, because I know for a fact that what we do together here is one of a kind. There is nothing else like it on the internet or radio or anywhere else on this planet. I know this. I don't think it, I know it. How many shows talk about the surreality of the physical, and it's all allegory? How many shows have you come across that talks about that? At all. Oh, they might allude to this or allude to that or whatever the case may be. But they're still stuck in the physical quagmire. It's bogging them down. And they're still caught up in the whole physical game. Looking for solutions in pyramids. Sure, if you want your slavery back to an even grander level. I mean, Gaia knocked off the cap of the pyramids because she knew the harm that the Egyptians, that everybody worships so profusely. By the way, they're the pedophiles in Switzerland. And they're all over the place now. They breed like fucking rabbits. But that's okay. They can breed as many as they want. Because it only takes one of us to take care of business. If but one shall awaken. And I know within our little group, we have the one. Just waiting for the click moment. And the whole house of cards comes tumbling down on them. right? Yeah, you can talk about the grids of the earth and whatever, or you miss the allegory, right? As above, so below. Those with eyes to see, ears to hear, and voice to ask, no less. There's a new one. They didn't throw that one in the Kabbalion. Guess they forgot to. Guess you had to find that for yourself. Yeah. I found that one on Saturday. What a nice birthday present. The universe gave me the gift of the universe. I wasn't even asking for it. That's kind of the funny thing. It was sort of, oh, surprise, Kate, you go. Oh, no way. No way. You didn't have to do that. Okay, well, maybe I've been begging for it for whatever. But, yeah, we had a great show this afternoon with criticalmassradio.co.uk. Always great to be on the main page. I had a little internet issue getting online. Got on a bit late, so the show was just a little over an hour. But I did post a link in Facebook, and I'll post it, probably post it in a couple of groups. I have Ninja, of course, and Miranda, of course, joined me again, as we did last week. And boy, did we open up the can of worms. We didn't just open the can of worms, we actually emptied the damn thing out. So I'm just going to see if Miranda got called in here, and if not, I will bring you. Oh, yeah, there both of you are. I was looking for sorry, I got the sun in my eyes sitting here, and it's hard enough to see the board as is. Oh, hang on, I got Miranda in, and I did click you, Ninja, and I think we got it. Please. There we go. Okay, so ladies, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Kate.
Wow, in unison even.
Yeah, how about that? Imagine that.
All right. Yeah, welcome to the three fates, the three witch bitches, and and our all-seeing eye. We're going to share with you guys tonight. We have to do our cackle voice, I guess. Oh, no. Yeah, I was wondering why I watched that movie again. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but it's been one coincidence after another today. It's unrelenting.
Just go with it, hey? That's what we're here for.
Oh yeah, it's great. So anyway, where do we want to go? Because we really just got warmed up today, as far as what we were talking about. So we got plenty of time to get this point across now. I read the essay last night for people listening, so I'm assuming that if you listened, you heard it, and if you didn't, you managed to get a copy of it. And you can get that, by the way. It's called Raining Cats and Dogs. And you can get that at kateofgaia.wordpress.com. Thank you, Ninja. Even reading it again, I read it today again on the air. And, of course, I had to edit it, which I did, so I read it correctly this time. But even today, it's just more stuff, jumping out. And as I was reading through it, when I was writing it yesterday, what was happening was I was getting so overwhelmed with ideas and concepts, and I just could not write fast enough. I tried, I really did, but there will be a couple more ideas coming out of it. I was hoping to get to it today, but the internet thing kind of threw me off my center a bit. And so much for being a Zen master. Oh well, like who cares? Fucking gurus. Am I being cheeky tonight or what? Oh my god. When you start to see it, you really, Creator has a sense of humor. Oh man, the shit we take so seriously. Where do you guys want to start? You want to go through the whole vampire analogy?
Yeah, I would like to do that. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. So, I'm going to give you guys a little backup. You've already heard all of this before, but I'm going to put the pieces that you've heard before into a chronological order. All right, I've talked about this in the past. Blood is not a liquid per se, in the way that we think of it, being pumped through our veins. Blood is the physical and spiritual river of life within us. That's the Red Sea. That's our Red Sea, okay? And we kind of have to part it. See where I'm going already? See this shit? It's been a good day. We have to part that Red Sea. But not in the same way that, Moses might have convinced everybody, part the Red Sea. Yeah, sure you did. It's an allegory. If you'd have been doing that back then, Moses, we wouldn't be talking right now. Trust me. That's where we're going back to have that ability back. But okay, so you got blood. It's ether. The giveaway there is one of the components of blood. It's called plasma. Like as in a plasma field or a plasma lamp. It's energy. Plasma is energy. And isn't it interesting when they separate blood to get the plasma, it turns out to be almost identical to seawater in all its ways. We are the salt of the earth, right? Sea, the note of love. Your love water, your truth. Right, so we can understand that blood is not a liquid in the truest sense. It is a combination of basically oil and water, plasma and, spiritual and physical, intertwining as in two serpents, the two rivers flowing together. The vessels, blood vessels, that's why we're in a vessel. A cup, we are the cup. Bruce Lee mentioned something about be the cup, okay, or be the glass. And the heart is not a pump. It is a regulator. It is a Merkaba. And depending on your essence of creation, you're either turning clockwise, female, or counterclockwise, male. You see, when you put them both together, that's when you get the two in one, right? The twin flame thing going on. Now, what that does is it just regulates the implosions. Your blood is imploding as it goes through your veins. We talked about gold and silver in the past, the veins being ripped out of Gaia. So we have taken that living force, Gaia's veins, her ability to connect and flow. Probably why she got pissed off at the pyramids, because a big chunk of her veins were sitting on top of it. Good target, nice shot, Mom. Bingo, took it down. Oh, by the way, right when they did that, they pulled that fucking thing in the sky called the moon into place. What are the odds of that shit happening? Well, they lost one smart meter, they had to put another one there. Right? The sooner that puppy goes, the better I'll too. Right? Okay, so we got blood plasma, physical, spiritual, ether imploding, regulated by you, the solar plexus, the green emerald sea, the chakra, right? Within you, controlling how that flows, how your river flows. Now, one of the interesting things that the kidneys do is, the blood has to go through there to be purified. Of course, it gets purified. And any of the toxins and crap and all the rest of it goes to the waste department. And all of the nutrients and water plasma that isn't needed in the heart regulating the levels gets separated and it gets deposited into a container, a cistern within you called the bladder. Urine isn't waste. It's liquid gold that flows through the veins of your mind, your heart, your real mind, okay? You getting the picture yet? You starting to see this? Okay, let's carry on. So what we have here is the purest, absolute, most golden elixir that is made primarily and only for one being in the universe. You. And what do we do with it? Well, the smart ones don't waste it. Smart ones don't piss their lives away. You see, because contained within that golden elixir called Philosopher's Stone, or well, I call it philosopher for a reason. What do philosophers look for? Well, they look for truth. So if you want the truth, then it might be an idea to start ingesting it as above, so below. Right? Now, we talked a little bit today about the allegory of D. Thomas Murphy, who's been working with the Clean Water Act and has invented a device that keeps all of a house's water and what waste or whatever self-contained within the house, and also creates electricity and heating energy and all the rest of it to make a house completely self-contained. Now, when you think of your house as say, call it a temple, the house is also, your body is your house where you live. So here's the allegory of what D. Thomas Murphy has shown in his most brilliantly executed role as well. He's getting nominated for Best Supporting Actor here, no question. What he showed was the truth of what we need to do with ourselves, as above, so below, fractal, micro, macro. Everything is in everything is in everything is in everything, etc. ad infinitum, ad nauseum, up and down Jacob's ladder. So what Tom did, he showed that in the physical sense as an allegory. You are the house. You must be self-contained. Now, we have control grids on the planet. We have the 60 hertz electrical grid. It's all throughout every one of these boxes we live in, smart meters and what have you. All the power lines up nice and high, where they could very easily have been buried and we'd never have to worry about them. Why do they still put them up high? Well, that's to create a net, an umbrella. I'm sure we'd see a whole lot different if we were taller than the telephone poles. Yeah? Okay, good. What we did miss, sort of, we did talk about this before. We got the as above. Well, what's the as below control grid? Well, that would be the sewer, or say, were. Say, himself, or itself, were, or as in werewolf. Right, past tense. Because when we treat our most precious life force like sewage, what do you expect? Because that's what they're after. They're after the blood. Because that's what your urine is. It is distilled blood. It is filtered pure with everything you need in it, including any ailments you have. Your Libra scales of justice have balanced it out. Your kidneys have balanced that out and given it new life through your liver or liver. And then we just go and piss it down a toilet bowl. So I had this little tune pop into my head not that long ago. You might remember it. That one. Pop goes the wee cell. Right? We're giving away our wee gold. But we're gonna change that intent. And if you can't get on urine therapy right away, or whatever the case may be, here's something you can do to help. This is a message from your sponsor. Okay? If you must piss your life away, I need you to understand the power of God that you have, and I'd like you to place maybe this intent into it. Time to poison the cistern with love. It's time to put the intention that if anyone uses anything of my gold, that they be cursed 1,000-fold for doing so without my permission. And that every molecule that my golden elixir touches is transmuted with the same. Put the virus down the bowl if you cannot put it in your mouth. Through the pearly gates. Is it just a coincidence that vampires use their eye teeth to allegorically suck the blood from another human? I don't see many pierce marks in the neck, so I think a really good way of fixing that would be to take the alternative. Another interesting thing to note, again, going back to the vampire allegories and what have you, the city of London, Dracos itself, they have dragons, yeah? Dracos, Dracula, dragon. City of London was the first city in the world to have a sewer system. That's just a coincidence, though, Kate. Yes, it is. Go back to sleep. Anyway, so is that a pretty good overview of what we were talking about today?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant. In fact, I think you included a bit more there, didn't you?
Oh, there was a few more things that came to me after the fact.
I like that very much. For those who still put some of their urine down the toilet, if not all of it, then use that intention that it's not for those vampires to use without permission. It's no good to them, poisonous.
And if they use it, then it kills them.
Mm.
That was a free will choice to steal it, so boy, they're going to be busy trying to filter out every molecule of my DNA. One in, one out. That's it. I'm doing the as above, so below now.
You mentioned that London was the first city to have a proper functioning public sewage system, and I just remembered the name of the man, I believe, who designed and implemented
Christopher Wren.
No, I think it was Joseph Bazalgette.
Oh, just a coincidence.
I think so. That's the name that came to me. I'm going to check that. I think that the sewer guy was Bazalgette.
Yeah, and wouldn't it be funny to note that the City of London, after the Great Fire of 1666, and of course the Great Plague, the plans were ready 6 days after the city burned down. And I'm kind of curious to have a look at Christopher Wren's drawings, and of course the guy you just mentioned there, Joseph Bazalgette, to see if that was in fact when it was implemented. Because of course the plague...
No.
No?
That was quite a few years later. That was... I've just looked online. Joseph Bazalgette was responsible for the creation of the extensive network of sewers in London. But we're talking Victorian period here, so this is sometime after the plans for London by Wren, much later.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was well ahead of that. Well ahead of that.
I'm following you. Well, that's possible, but that wasn't revealed. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm mentioning that. I just thought it'd be a neat coincidence that Bazalgette was the one that was around the same time as Chris Wren, and they put the plans together at the same time. But my feeling on it was, and I forget when I crossed this, it just kind of resonated when the actual sewers were put in. But I believe it was around the time of the Great Plague, because they used that excuse, right? And again, these are just little things that are intuitively resonating, and I'm just following my heart. It's not a matter of being, for me, it's not a matter of being right or wrong. It's just trying to put things into perspective. And guarantee, one of the joys of being wrong on occasion is you find a whole brand new trail. It's not just one thing you find. You find a lot of other things that are connected to it. And it opens up the umbrella of knowledge, like even bigger, tenfold, thousandfold. There you go. And Miranda, you had done a couple of lexicograms today, yeah?
Yeah, I'm still in the midst of. It hasn't quite come together, but it's coming together. I can do you a bit. It's a bit patchy, but I can do it.
Well, that's fine. What about, do you have Raining Cats and Dogs handy? Because you kind of blew me away with that one.
Well, yeah, I've started it. Raining Cats. Oh. Raining Cats and Dogs. Raining Goddess and God. Osiris and Isis. Anointing rain. Ancient stories. Strange Gnostic signs. Signet. Sing. Signet rings, sign, Regis, ignorance, ignoring, Satan's grand trine. I, the container, I, the canister, originate in a organ. There should be another bit in there, but I haven't finished it yet. And then coins are icons, incognito.
Yeah, there you go. And when you think of they talk about the all-seeing above the pyramid. Let's take it to the true one eye they worship, the mon eye, the mono eye, money. And the allegory that I see occurring, and this cannot happen fast enough, so everyone that's clinging on to their 401k illusion and all the rest of the shit that goes along with it. Sorry guys, it's coming down. And the faster it does, the faster we get on with a better existence, unless you're really happy being under the yoke of your current masters. I talked a little bit about the truth and what it takes to actually stand in it. And here's the thing: if you've been hanging out with me for any length of time, and you're not acting on a lot of the stuff that we've talked about, you're actually denying truth, and you might create a few problems for yourself. Troubles, as heart troubles. The Northern Ireland troubles. I had heart troubles, and that's why her upper right ventricle, the higher divine feminine, is the last remnant of the heart that still has the dragons on it. City of London. The money, the goddess they worship, right, is the money, the Federal note. Every currency is pinned to it, which means that every living soul that is on this planet is pinned to it. And when that pin, that wrist pin or clinch pin gets pulled, and it will, it already is, it's done. If you can remember the movie, if you've ever seen it, the ghost ship at the very end, when the one lady of the crew escaped, she was the only one that did, and the ghost ship sank, all souls were set free. And the guy that was harvesting the souls for his master, his name was Ferryman, by the way. Of course, the little girl who helped out the lady in the show was called Kate. It resonated a lot with me. I mean, these are my clues, and I was paying attention. Right? But what happened was, when the ship sank, the ghost ship finally sank, all the souls were set free. And the movie ended up with this lady being rescued, and at the shore, watched another ship, another passenger liner getting loaded, and as it turns out, it was her, the crew that was loading the gold that was the lure on the ship that had sank. Ethereal. It's all ethereal. It was the lure. It was her old crew that were doing the loading of it, and of course, that's just a repeat cycle again. Do you want to get caught in that loop over and over and over, or have you had enough? You have a choice here, boys and girls. We all have the same choice. The two roads are simple. One is the road of truth, and the other is the denial of truth, not lies. There are no lies. There's only the denial of truth. Those are the two paths that we have, but there's still time to change the one you're on. Not much, though, I will say that. There's not much time, as far as this illusion is concerned, that I can see and feel. So when you deny the truth, you're actually harming yourself and harming everyone else around you. As I explained a bit today, again, these are my experiences. I mean, what the hell else am I going to talk from, right? This is what I went through. These were the things that I had to deal with in order to find what I found that I can share now and share even more. This is, I mean, honestly, every day I'm trying to think, how the hell can we top yesterday? And well, we seem to do it every week or every day. You know, you guys show up and toss around some ideas, and the downloads happen, and holy shit, it's exponential. But what happened with me is, going back a couple of years ago, when during my quote legal unquote research and what have you, because I was still in the quagmire at that point. What I discovered was that all loans, all mortgages, everything to do with the banks, based on the signature, was all fraud. I'd already twigged on the signature aspect then, because I knew what it was. It was the divine essence of intent, transmuted from me, the spiritual being, and my thought, my intent that I manifested in the physical by writing that name out. Right? That was, by my actions, I was known. That's why they want signatures, signet rings, seals. That's what they want from me. And all they have to do is get the consent. Contract's done. Over. Bye. However, the catch-22, the damned if you do and damned if you don't thing, for them is this. The whole thing was up in fraud anyway. And there's a greater court than the bullshit that you will see on this silly little kindergarten planet, especially for those silly little meat sticks, cops, judges, lawyers, and the rest of the moron ignoramuses that are so asleep. They don't get it. Well, they're too busy puffing up their chests and pounding on it and going, look at me, I'm a dead meat stick shortly. Right? I might get 80 years out of this meat stick, and because of your good deeds or bad deeds, guess what happens? Well, you decide whether or not you get to play on in a human form. You got to get 51% or better, okay, in good deeds. But for those that are, 49.9% and less, well, they got a little sorting to do. I was speaking with a friend earlier how I see, like your typical jarhead cop or whatever the military, whatever the case may be. What you're looking at, for me, this is what I see it as intuitively. Humans or consciousness in a human form for the first, second, or third lifetime, right? Still kind of, just got out of the predator-prey animal kingdom. So, I mean, look at them. That's what they do. They're all about preying on others. It's all about feeding. It's all about cannibalizing. Yet they, here they are cannibalizing on their own species. And when those beings drop, well, here's the thing about consciousness. You never forget the truth you find. You'll always and forever be aware of it. That's the climb back, right? That's why absolutes are unobtainable. So when they're swinging around in the pond as a little tadpole going to be, turning into a frog soon, they're going to remember who they are. And they've got some shit sorted out. Right? Because, of course, a tadpole turns into a frog, which turns into lunch for a blue heron. And, of course, you get to experience that and see what that feels like again, and on and on and on upwards. And chances are, instead of being the big bad wolf, they get to be the little Bambi that gets eaten by the big bad wolf. So they can to experience the mirror and the error of their ways, because it begins then, and when transfer out, transfer back. If you get to a level of consciousness, especially as humans, and you haven't figured it out yet, well, then you get to go back through and experience being the prey at all points. That way you might kind of figure it out. These are the intuitives I feel. And that would make sense. I mean, all we have are our choices and our intent to make those choices. And if we are making constantly harmful choices to others and ourselves, of course, then we're not ready to, graduate per se. If we're still wrapped up in our own little universes, caring only about ourselves and screw everybody else, and getting mad at the world and all the rest of the crap that goes along with it, been there, done that. That's why I can talk about it. This is anyone that still has an ego in the holier than thou concept. No. For me, it's about what I've experienced. So when I say something, it's because I have the contrast of it. It takes one to know one. Yeah, I've been an asshole. I can still be that when I want to. I'll find the time and place, but there's an entirely different. And for those that think I'm beating up on people too much, as far as really coming at them, well, I'm sorry I care that much. Or would you rather me just keep doing what I was doing before and, oh, it's okay, honey, here's a pillow, it's all filled with cotton balls, and yeah, here's your soother, and yeah, oh, you all comfy, you want me to rub your feet for you? Great big cup of fuck that, not a chance. Okay? Done that. I've walked that road. Sometimes it takes a slap across the head with an icicle. The cold, hard truth, right? What do you call that, Ninja? Just ice?
Yeah. Just ice. Cold, hard truth.
So if you think being nasty trying to wake someone up, no, we're just at a point where you better wake up. And I better feel like I've done everything I possibly could to do that. And I don't care if you want to shoot the messenger all you want. If you want to get caught up in any sort of emotion with anything that I'm sharing, that's your ego. It's got nothing to do with the message. You're missing the message. Duh. Only the ego can get offended. Only the ego can look at things emotionally and not, look at it and miss the message completely. Right? Focusing on the emotions, there's nothing awake in that. I'm sorry. Emotion, no motion. Okay? So, go ahead, say what you want. Knock yourself out. If it makes your ego just go click, 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 then that's great. I'm happy for it, and enjoy your next round trip. It's completely paid for, promise. Or would you like to shift this into a little bit better, reality? That's what I'm looking at. Call me selfish. I want bliss and abundance and all the things that we're supposed to do as created gods. Also need the contrast on occasion. That's probably why we played this silly game at this level. yeah, this really sucks. I'm going back to bliss and harmony and the rest of it. And I can handle boredom more than I can handle this, right? And that's the thing. The more bored we get, the deeper we have to go down in the rat hole. So we hang out on places like Gaia, prison planet, where the asylum's run by the inmates, literally. If that's your thing, you want to play meat stick game after meat stick game, for eternity, and look forward to dropping bodies every lifetime and living with that and all the rest of it. That's good. I'm glad. I'm really, really happy for you. I think that's really, really noble of your ego to want you to do that. And I think it's noble too for all the rest of the ones that are, former tadpoles that are coming up that you're going to have to deal with again. That's nice of you to want to help them and take another shit beating. Awesome. Well done. Me, I got other plans. How about you two? Miranda, Ninja, you got other plans?
Yeah, I can think of a few.
Right? Yeah. Did we lose Miranda? Someone's having trouble finding their mute button.
It's probably lexigramming like that.
Yeah, sorry, I'm talking away to you and I wasn't there, was I? Yeah, I'm in lexigram heaven at the moment.
Oh yeah, it just.
I'm so
funny.
glad I know what I was born to do because I can't stop. No wonder I chose my lovely mum, who taught me everything I need to know about words. Whoa.
Whoa, I love it. And you bring up a beautiful point there, and we did touch on this earlier today. That's the thing. You won't find your way out of the woods until you know what your purpose is. And don't get confused with your ego, because your ego can't tell you. Your ego is doing its damnedest to survive, and it's going to keep you off the trail as much as possible. But here's the thing: coming into the game, the all-knowing has to put it all there in front of you for the all, dopey, us, to figure it out. And that's why the saying, those with eyes to see and ears to hear, will see it and hear it. They'll understand what their birth sign is. They'll understand why they were given the name they were given. They will understand why they were born into a particular family, why they were born into a particular religion, a particular part of the world. These are all absolutely essential pieces of critical information. They are you. These things that you are a part of are you. This is your experience. What part of your experience did you miss? I've given lots of examples using myself to show you how I found my purpose. Shall I quickly go over it again? It's not difficult. When you start looking at things, look at your birth date. Look at key things that resonate with you, of events that have happened on that day. Very particular ones. In my case, June 15th is the day the Magna Carta was signed in 1215. The Thompson clan motto, know thyself. Also, that bloodline was known as lawmakers and lawkeepers, the ones that united the clans of northern England and southern Scotland. The boy name, Wilfred Keith Thompson. Will Freed. Okay, I got some work to do. I got to, Wilfried, what D in Greek is, delta, the triangle, Trinity, Wilfried Trinity. And of course, Keith, the key of Theos, key of God. Of course, Tom being a drum, and son. So I kind of walked my own beat as my own son. So there was a little bit of information there. And then, of course, when I gave myself my own name, never to be given to anyone, it's mine. I don't give it to anyone, ever, period. And Catherine Renee Thompson. Catherine means purity. Renee means reborn. These are things that I actually didn't know until recently. But all these pieces fell into place. So I actually listened to myself and what I was telling people because it resonated with me. 1964, Year of the Dragon. There's another clue. What's the city of London? The city of dragons. Head of the dragon, tail of the dragon, coin. You want to take out a dragon? Well, it takes one to kill one, right? So evenly matched. 64. How many squares on a chessboard? Checkerboard. 64. What is 64? It's infinity squared. 8 times 8. Oh, what else? Yeah, noscati ipsum. Know thyself. That's a founding motto. You. There is nothing sweeter than you. That's what it translates into from Latin. And of course, looking at Latin, I found all the different things that I needed to find out. I've said my whole life, these are things that resonate with me, I'm a songwriter, I speak in prose. And then, of course, I split the word up into its two Latin derivatives, or roots, rather, pro and se. Pro, for, se, himself, herself, itself. Of course I'm going to be speaking for himself, herself, itself when I speak in prose, pro se. And these are all things that factored in. All the things that I experienced, the things that I've done through my life. Songwriting, it taught me to learn to not only read between the lines, but also write between the lines. To take what some people would take an entire novel to write out, I put into 3 verses, a bridge, and a chorus that lasts probably 3.5 to 4 minutes to give the same story. That's what prose does. It condenses it into allegorical form. I've been writing in metaphor and allegory my whole life and didn't really, that whole thing, I mean, I knew I did, but it didn't really click until recently. Why was I a pilot? Why did I take up diving? I mean, all of these things factored in as far as, I know the situations with people that were around me and where they have ended up, and everything that I have done, every choice that I have made matters. For example, my daughters are with my ex-wife right now, who is with my ex-best friend. So I even found solitude there by being the first kid to walk up to this guy when he arrived at the school as a brand new kid from another city. I was the first one to go over and say, "Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the class." Go figure. My lessons have been, they're getting clearer and clearer. It's like one of my terrible habits is helping people that need to be, quote, rescued, unquote, when they're not actually need to be rescued and they need to fall flat in their fucking face. Okay? All right? Because every time I do, I tell you, every time I do, I got a brand new set of steak knives in my back. I got a few spoons and forks because the gash has got a bit big. They could shove those in too. So I got a full set of kitchenware. Okay? So I stopped doing that. Because when I go out of my way, here's the irony of it, guys. It's the good thing to do, but it's also the evil thing to do. These are more glaring lessons about the same thing. There is good and evil in everything. I go out of my way to help somebody, and I end up being hit for it. Or they end up, stealing my partner. That's happened a couple of times recently. With people I deem to be friends. These are my friends. The deceivers will be everywhere. And the tests will abound. And if you can see what the tests are, you can pretty much handle anything. Because you know what they are. You don't take it emotional. You don't get all, ooh, well, don't be so mean to that individual. Ooh, you sound like you're in a bad mood. I don't give a fuck what I sound like. Don't miss the message because the messenger might not be in a top form. Sorry, I don't mean to be fucking unperfect every day. I do get a little fed up saying the same things all the time to the same fucking egos. Does that work for you? Works for me. All right? And if anyone's offended, it's not you. That's your ego that's offended. I just helped you spot it. That's all. You can call me anything you want. Seriously. Now think about it. Think of the rationale. Here I am, a two-spirit, Gemini. Okay? More clues. What is a Gemini? So I look at my sign there. Yeah, that works. It's male and female. Castor and Pollux, boy and girl. Abel and Cain and Abel, boy and girl. Yet the whole system has taught you that they're, Romulus and Remus. Romulus is a boy, Remus is a girl. But they'll teach you that they're all boys. That's why half the shit I've read I've thrown out based on the half lies that they are. But I was able to find the truth in it. So what else? We got Gemini. We got two-spirit. What is a two-spirit? Well, it's the masculine, divine, feminine in one. Where I know what my Merkaba spins, I am pure feminine creative essence. That's what I know. That's what I am. I know that's exactly who I am. And the only way I was going to figure this duality out is to come in as the mirror opposite of my true essence. Right? People still hear my voice and see my picture, and they still refer to me as he. I get it, but that's the ego, because the ego can't spot reality. It can only spot illusion. Just because my voice might be a little lower than most girls doesn't make me any less girl, does it? But again, the illusion is there. Can you not see that I'm on the other side of the mirror? I was born there. I was born to be wrong. I was born to be on the other side of the looking glass. And every time I looked in the mirror, it was the opposite of what I knew who I truly was. It was a great wake-up call. And then I spent a lifetime trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with me. What was so wrong with me? And I went out of my way to prove that I'm some sort of freak, and, because it wasn't normal. Oh my God, Society, shun, shun, frown, frown. Ooh, freak. Yeah, you should try to live in the lifetime. That'll sort your little red wagon, I promise. I've been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. Remember the story? Traded for the tank top, that one? Yeah. Yeah, but I'm okay. Because I found something out a few years back, reading the Emerald Liberation front papers, where it said that which is wrong with you is actually what is right with you. So start looking at what you think is wrong with you and put that one in the mirror. You might find your own purpose. What else? 15, power number. Life path for male name is 6, female is 5. Put them together and you got the twins, 11. Right? Of course, 15 is the total of 6 and 9, which is yin and yang. Right? I mean, it goes on and on for me. I would have to actually do a playback of my life for you to go, holy shit. And I'm looking at it now going, how did I miss that? How did I miss that? I'm the hardest one on me. Go ahead, take your best shot. It won't be 1% of what I've done to myself. You see, like yesterday, I offered up free purple vibrating unicorn chainsaws to anyone who wanted them. And someone said, "I'll take one of those," or I don't need one. I have my own. Well, that's the one that gets it. Yeah, you don't need the free one because you already have it. It's just a little test to see who was outside of themselves, who was still looking outside, and gosh darn, nobody was. Everybody got it. That's why I know I'm with the most tuned in people on the planet. You guys that are tuned in right now are in the absolute now. I'll give you another proof of how everything right now is that you're looking at is past tense and how they tricked us with Chronos. Are you ready? Here's the big exposure. This is what the unstar, Saturn, Satan, Satan, Seti. Gee, wonder why they call it Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, Kate. Well, they're still worshiping their fucking dark god, right? Think about it. What was I just saying there? I want to go. See, that's the problem. I get so many things coming at me. Here's how we're in the past. Have a look around you. Look, if you're indoors, is there a wall across the room you can look at? And if so, look at it. And then you're going to ask yourself, are you seeing that wall as it is right now? And if you answer yes, I'm going to call you an idiot. I'm going to call you a liar because light travels at 186,000 miles per second. And the reflected light off that wall, although it's just a minuscule, absolute minuscule fraction of time, still took time, so you're still seeing it in the past. Because the only light that is in the now is you. Only at source can you have no time. Your 0 point is you, your heart, your greenest of green Emerald City chakras, where that little tiny point of light, you, consciousness, resides. You are at the center of your Makaba, the center of your universe. That is the only place where time does not exist. And that's why I was saying yesterday, and maybe the day before as well, I think I brought it up on Saturday night, if you want to get into the pre-sent, if you want to get ahead of their clock, it's easy. Now that I can see the concept, I can explain it. I have eyes to see and ears to hear, so universe, all that is. What do I need to see right now? And then, of course, you're now in the pre-sent. Because when you're asking that question, all these things that appear after you ask it, were they not before that moment? They had to be, if they showed up after it. They already had to be in place in order for you to see what is real. There is no time. There is none. It's an illusion. Because in order for something to materialize in front of you after you ask for it means it was already there before you asked. Oh, that's getting heady, Kate. That's like a real mindfuck. Absolutely it is. Go ahead, argue with it. I tried. I lost. I do that. I argue with myself. Not out loud or anything, but I go, no, it can't be. You know, but the thing is, it felt right. I have to try to negate it, because if I try to make myself right, I have a vested interest in what I would perceive to be the truth, and that's how egos get created. If you have a preconceived notion of what the truth is, instead of just perceiving what it is you're observing, you're tainted. You've got ego working. So I go out of my way to be wrong to destroy the ego. It doesn't even show up. Little bastard sitting in his cage right now, fucking starving. Anybody want to play? He's see it, whatever it is. 3 heads, right? So it's one of each, right? Himself, herself, itself. He's hungry. Anybody want to offer some ego treats? No? Didn't think so. Okay, so where are we here? Wow, an hour already. Man, today flew, eh? Like this afternoon? I guess I'm talking to myself now.
No, it's been a whirlwind today, completely and utterly.
Exactly. No, wait, you guys,
I'm thinking this whole month has been a whirlwind. It's already gone past the middle of June and I'm still in April.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
I don't know what's going on.
And moon goes into Scorpio tomorrow. And we've got summer solstice and the full moon as well. So there's a lot going on.
Oh yeah. Well, this baby's coming down. That's all I can say. Yes, absolutely. The Kit Kat gloves come off and stay off. Absolutely, Bimby. I love people that much, and I will do everything in my power now to shred anything that I resemble an ego, because I need to get to you. That's my goal. If it is your choice to be awake and move on, move up, then you won't see it as anything but a blessing. I wish I had someone years ago doing this to me. Something and someone I could bounce back and forth off. Then it wouldn't be perfect. The game wouldn't be perfect. Right? Oh yeah, I was talking about the Adjustment Bureau again today. I watched Cloud Atlas again last night, and it's just mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling when you actually get the gist of what's really going on in that movie. But the Adjustment Bureau, another form of an allegory, just to show you. When you have Matt Damon's character, he was trying to get to his love, his unconditional love, the divine feminine. He was a divine masculine, she was divine feminine. That the great plan of the supervisor had changed, that they weren't supposed to meet. But as love would have it, fates change, right? We change our paths. That's free will choice. And free will choice can only come out of love unconditionally, right? So the watcher that was helping him out gave him his hat so he could travel through these doors into different parts of the city and not be seen. But he said, if you are out in the open, you can be seen, except if it's raining. They cannot see you if it's raining. Did you spot the allegory? Absolutely I did. If you are standing in the truth, you become invisible. Water, rain, truth, mystical, allegory. And the only thing at the end of the movie that could change the outcome of the game, and they did, was the fact that they fought as hard as they did to be together and to be unconditional love, and they were willing to sacrifice each other in that process. I'm not talking about sacrifice, well, I'm going to give up this so I can, no. They were willing to sacrifice themselves for the other, for that love. And at the end of the game, what did the supervisor do? The supervisor of the universe changed the entire game to suit them. Love conquers all. And if you think for 1 minute I'm going to stand back with a fully gassed up chainsaw and some ego chattering off in the background and I'm not going to fire that puppy up, you better think again. I've dealt with enough shit in the last little while. I've had people I'm talking close people throwing knives into my back. People I never expected. People that I actually helped. That I gave voice to on the air. And this is what they do. Enjoy your round trip. Thank you for the lesson that I learned. Couldn't have learned it without you, so my gratitude is complete. That's the thing, when you get neutral, it's a pretty cool place to be, actually. Yeah, pretty cool place to be. I think if the only thing that's ever going to ruffle my feathers is if anyone ever comes at me with an ego to question my unconditional love for you. That's not just slapping a gift horse in the mouth. That's hitting it with golf cleats on, the old style with like nails, those ones. So expect a little vroom vroom out of the chainsaw, right? There'd be a couple of cuts made. One to take the pedestal that you seem to want to put me on, because egos will only attack those it seems stronger and greater. And then, of course, the ego is the only thing that will stand there and try to defend itself, and just with justification. Right? It's not defense required. The only thing I'll offer up is a little playtime. Keeps me in practice. Keeps my chainsaw blade sharp. And I'll poke and I'll poke and I'll poke. Right. Yeah, here's what it sounds like when I'm poking an ego. Poke, 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 boom! And that's what I do. Because here's a fact. No one likes the truth. It's not comfortable. It's like the one quote I saw, something along the lines, truth is like an arrow. It's going to hurt a little. I got a full quiver, full of quarrels. That's what an arrow's called, by the way, quarrel. Quivers and quarrels, boys and girls. Quivers and quarrels. Are you going to stand a fist fight? Are you going to still play in the Whore of Babylon game and carry out the set, or are you going to get busy and stand in your own Vesica Pisces? Become your own obelisk. That's the allegory. You have to be your own intention, standing in your own creation. And what are we dealing with here? Idols and icons. Pharaohs and rapists. Thieves, plunderers, murderers, idol worshippers. all manner of government, politicians, monarchies, religions. They're worshiping the idol. They're stuck. They're stuck between the legs of the whore, and they can't get themselves out. They're having too good a time. No, not for me. So I will say this to all, and this comes on the heels of a lot of things over the last few days. If you honestly think for 1 minute I'm going to stop caring, I have to stop shredding egos, you better go follow Tony and Alex Jones. Apparently they're talking about the Oklahoma City bombing again. How fun. Better go hang out with Tammy and Pat in the courtroom, not having a fucking clue as to who you are. Better beat Danny Wilton and go and defend Orion. It says right in the Bible, you moron. Do you want to be part of the bands of Orion? The bindings, bud? You getting it? Neo? Or would you rather drink from the sweet nectars of the Pleiades, the seven sisters, the seven chakras? It's an allegory, Danny. It's an allegory. You're missing it. That's why. Sure, knock yourselves out. Put all the videos out you want about me. I don't care. Good promo, bad promo. It's promo. People take 5 minutes and show up. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, hang out for a show. They might actually like what they're hearing. But you better be ready to swallow a lot of truth. You better be ready to look in that mirror like you've never looked in it before. And you better be ready to stand in it too. Because I'll tell you, the you you're about to meet, you're not ready for. I promise. The world you're about to create, you're not ready for. That's the leap of faith. I wasn't ready either, but boy, am I ever glad I took that step. Because I get to stand here and go, fucking cool. We got this game. But we do. But don't wait for me to come and save. Because I ain't gonna. No, don't be putting me on any pedestal thinking I'm some hero or whatever the case may be. Or that I'm something special, because truth be known, if that's what you feel about you. Good, I'm glad to hear it. But do not ever separate me from you. I'm doing my damnedest to bring us all back together, so my chainsaw's a little different. I'm just trying to get the shit layers off between us. Because once that shit's gone, we can connect. Carry on, play the game the way you have been for the last, 100 million years, 200 million, trillion, I don't give a shit what it is. If you feel the need to shoot the messenger, go ahead, please. My armor's pretty thick now. All works for me. Anyway, is it almost time for a song?
I think so.
It's perfect time for one, yeah.
All right. So for those that want to steal my gold, I'll give it to you willingly. Hint, hint, hint.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Press play.
Yeah, I gotta do that little. I like doing this. Feels almost like real radio. Here we go.
You're listening to Critical Mass Radio. Now it's our turn.
I've never seen before my eyes this dream. I've never known what makes this child to see. Like tears from a mountain pouring gently to the sea, a curiosity. Will you dare to touch my soul? Is love so frail that we can't hope to be more than we are, more than our hearts can see? And if for any reason on this field of broken dreams we stand to lose it all, then for you, yes, I do it willingly. If this is our moment, captured in time, always to sustain, for lost in your eyes I find are the only means to remain. Searching relentlessly, just like a cloud, she chases her rain. We'll stand here firm, 'cause we are an island protected by love on this field of broken dreams. It's never clear, this path of destiny. That's why we're here, to find our need to be. Elusive as a rainbow, we can try to steal her gold, but she'll give it willingly. Will you dare to ask her though? We'll find a way, we must believe in us. There'll come a day we'll soar, and when it does, the sky will have no boundaries. I will challenge every sea. I will never lose this dream. 'Cause for you, yes, I do it willingly. If this is our moment, captured in time, always to sustain, for lost in your eyes I find are the only means to remain. Searching relentlessly, just like a cloud, she chases her rain. We'll stand here firm, 'cause we are an island protected by love on this field of broken dreams. On this field of broken dreams.
Okay, well, I did try to hit the... You're listening to Critical Mass Radio. Now, it's our turn. Oh, yeah, that's funny. I can actually do that myself. Huh, imagine that. What are the odds?
Kate, I've done a little bit of a lexigram for the ego bit.
Oh, okay, please.
So this again is from Raining Cats and Dogs.
Okay.
Ego doesn't get it. It is anger. It is rage. It gets angrier and angrier. It is Satan. Ego is a sin. Get ego gone. Go, ego, go. Ego is a gangster raging against God. Ego is a trigger. It ignites. Ego is a stinger. Ego is ignorant. Do not stand in ego. Cast it into God's creation, into God's reign.
Not much there at all, is there? Yeah, I thought you were going to have a good one.
Oh, I love letters. It is a love letter. It is a love letter.
Absolutely it is. See, and that's the thing. I really need people to get this concept. When you become aware of it, when you finally realize a truth, you can't put it back. That's Pandora's box. That is the knowledge of good and evil. And that JC fella, you know, the Jesus and his crew, yeah, he told you that too. Right? With the knowledge of good and evil, you too are gods. That's the only thing that this whole game was afraid of. We, the innocent little 12-year-olds, thought they could dupe us. Good luck. Guess they picked on the wrong pack of bitches, huh? There you go. Again, for me, it's got to be fun. If it ain't fun, I don't want to play, right? So don't confuse my comedy with arrogance. It's not. It's just funny. Oh, sorry. Just thought back of a few things I saw today, and how typical, how absolutely bloody typical. Just when you think you know a tiger by its stripes, it turns into a leopard. What are the odds? Well, I got to tell you, and I think I can be pretty open about this one. You tune into this show, you know exactly what you're going to get. And the truth is, you don't know what you're going to get, right? You asked me this morning, Miranda, what I thought of, or what I was thinking of, or it might have been Ninja, or both of you probably did, actually, what the topic was. What did I say? It's pretty much along, well, I don't know, it'll be what it is when we get there. Just show up and see what happens. Right? That's what I do. That's, we can seem to fill a couple hours, no problem, every single night, and then generally, if we don't get knocked off the air, which is what happened last night, by the way, guys, if we go into the rollover recording part, and if my Skype goes down, or net goes down, we lose the show. So normally during the show, it won't matter. Keep going for the full 2 hours, where I can log back in. But if we're in the recording and all of a sudden, halfway through a song, it stops, it's not your computer. Honest. So hopefully, so I don't even want to say hopefully, it doesn't matter. We're going to do in every episode exactly what needs to be done and nothing more, nothing less. And we finished off perfectly last night, as far as I'm concerned. And guess what we did? Well, I said right after that, we'll pick it up where we left off. And that's what we do. And every moment of now that shifts, every moment of now that changes, that you're aware of, all sorts of new stuff gets revealed. But try to get the concept of the time thing in the time it takes for light to travel from an object you're looking at. You're seeing it in the past. Just like if you're looking at a star 1,000 light years away, you're seeing that light as it was 1,000 years ago. Because it took that long for that light to travel from where that star was to where we are. So when you're looking at, this is why, I don't know why people find the concept of time travel so hard, because it's just bending of light and folding of space-time. We kind of do that naturally. Because the light that you're seeing with every star up in the sky is, tens to millions of years old. You're looking at the past in countless points of the past. You're looking through the entire aspect of creation as you're looking at these stars. If there's one that's 1,000 light years away or 1,000,000 light years away, you're actually, when you see that light, when you see it, you're looking 1,000,000 or 1,000 years into the past. Cool, huh? So when you get the note... Oh, go ahead.
It just struck me, which probably means that light is looking 1,000 or 1,000,000 years into the future.
Exactly. It works both ways. So, I forget who I was explaining it to. Might have been Eric, actually. There's a building across the way here. I can look at this building and I'm seeing as it was, say 100,000th of a second ago. You cannot see anything in this physical illusion as it is. It is all in the past. And I don't care if you put your finger right up to your eye, it still takes time for that light to travel from your finger to your eye. The same effect that if you walked to the ocean and took a thimbleful of water out of the ocean, although undetectable, the level of the ocean dropped. Because if you had 1,000,000 people do it to a lake and take out, say 1,000,000 people at a lake, take out a bucket of water, how long would the lake last? Right. It's your perception. And we get too stuck in a singular viewpoint when we need to be in a singularity viewpoint of seeing all. Right? So don't think that because you walked to the ocean and took a thimbleful of water out, that you didn't make a difference. You just changed the entire ocean levels around the planet. Undetectable to the human eye, but I guarantee you, the universe knows it's got a thimbleful less of water, and it's going to drop that ocean accordingly. It's the same thing with light. Whether it's coming from the tip of your finger as you're looking at it in front of your face, or from a star a million light years away, it doesn't matter. You're still looking at the past. The present is what I was just describing. I have eyes to see and ears to hear. It is my wish for the universe, me, higher self, to show me that which I need to see and hear right now. And of course, as it appears, it does. It already had to be in place before you asked. So now tell me, how much time existed? Or was that just a coincidence every single time? I'm telling you, Saturday I couldn't. I did that, and I was really putting it to the test. And I got to tell you, everything I looked at had the exact same relevance. It didn't matter what it was. Things that I'd seen, 100 times before, had something different to say at that moment. Because I wasn't in the present, I was in the present. There's a difference. Because the present, as we know it, as we look outside of ourselves, it's all past. And the only time you can get into the now moment is guess when? Is when you do that, fully aware, with your eyes open, understanding that, or the really easy one is shut your eyes. The only place there is no time is in the void. Because you got nothing to look at except that which you're creating. But what's happening when you're creating it now. There's no time lapse. That's your creation. That's happening in the instant. So there's your time travel machine, boys and girls. You've always been one. It's just taken me a longer than I thought time to kind of put it in words and to fully grasp it. And there will be deeper parts of this that will be coming up. I know that. We're peeling layers off that for me they're mind-boggling. And I got to tell you, some of the stuff that's popping into my head right now in the aha realm, it's mind-boggling. It's like, no way moments. Yeah. So tis what it is, right? I should mention, if girls, jump in. I'm going to put the call out to everybody else too. Please, if you want to jump in here, I'd love to hear your thoughts, get some resonance from you guys. I don't need to hear myself talk all the time. I really don't. I like to have resonance from people. You are me and I am you, so let's see if the two 432 Hz A bells are resonating or not. All you have to do is hit 1 on your keypad, of course, and on Skype, open up the dial pad and hit 1 on that. And great big thank you, by the way, Ninja. The little package, I haven't seen it yet, but the package you sent arrived. And Susie, got yours last night, actually. It came yesterday, but I didn't get it till late last night when Eric got back. So I just want to say a great big thank you. And the other little thing that you sent along as well, that is definitely going to help more ways than you can count. And I've had a few people ask in terms of help. And of course, I went to the school of Amanda Palmer, the 8-foot-tall wedding lady. Crazy ass, beautiful musician. I touched on this last night about value. And the thing is, when you have a gift, and it's like riding a bike, it's like something that just comes natural to you. I'll speak for myself, but I'm sure a lot of people that do things that just come natural to them, that other people go ooh and ah at, kind of go, yeah, whatever, it's just kind of what I do, and you don't put any value on it. And I can't there's no words. Even now I have a hard time, but though there are some that have asked if they could help, and yeah, it's appreciated. I hate asking, but this is one of my lessons. This is one of the things that I have to get through, and it really is about putting value on myself and understanding that the things that I do, although I fluff off as just what I do, I do something that others. I mean, there are others that do what I do. I just kind of do it my way, and they do it in theirs. And if there is any value to it, if you do want to help, you can. I have one means of connection, and that's Vicky. Victoria or Coleman.victoria@gmail.com, and that's COLEMAN.Victoria VICTORIA @gmail.com. Coleman.Victoria@gmail.com. So there you go. And yes, I will put something on Facebook. Thank you for asking. And I'm doing my best to learn how to ask as well. So bear with me. Every little bit of help definitely helps. And I'm going to kind of open up to the little chat. MJ last night was very helpful, and of course Ninja and Miranda, and just talking some things over. And she, so by all means. Okay. And I'm going to have to move the car in a sec. Timing is always everything. But there you go. So hopefully I did that. I just see my biggest fear is I never want to come across as this is something I do to make a living. I don't. I can't. Everything I do, I have always given freely. So at the other side of the coin, well, and if it is worth something, then I will ask freely. And my gratitude for the way you guys helped out before was incredible. You got me back on the road. Storage unit was covered up until now, and gave me a little gas money and, of course, some food money. And I was able to help a couple other people out as well. So thank you. It's pretty good, February to now. I tell you, I live pretty frugally. Trust me. There's not a. Yeah, it's funny when I think back to the days of making $2,000, $2,500 a week, and I was able to help a lot of people that way too, right? And for me now, that was all just so meaningless and so worthless. That's why the gratitude's there. So now I can put on another song and go move my car, or let you guys take the floor. What do you want to do?
I'd prefer a song because I'm not really in the flow for talking right this minute.
All right, well, I'll throw the tune on, and if for any reason I'm not back at the end of the song, then you guys grab the help.
Then we'll figure it out.
Yeah, just kind of do your thing. Like I always like to say, it's just a phone call. Okay, so I'll throw on the one that we tried last night and got cut off at the end of it, because this is what you really are, and this is what you really are to me.
Just can't get much better. Feel the sun on your face even when it's rainy weather. When nothing matters, just as long as we're together. You're the sun to me. You're the sun to me. I can't remember ever feeling like I'm feeling. Head in the clouds all day, got me flying, got me reeling. and there ain't no way my heart can be concealing. You're the sun to me. You're the sun to me. And I find just a little bit more and more each day. Another reason that'll settle in. I know I found my way. All I had to do was look far enough to see. You're the sun to me. I got my reasons, but they won't need explaining. Why I smile all day, even though it's always raining. 'Cause you're the one thing that is constant and sustaining. You're the sun to me. You're the sun to me. And I find just a little bit more and more each day. Another reason that'll settle in. I know I found my way. All I had to do was look far enough to see. You're the sun to me. And I find just a little bit more and more each day. Another reason that'll settle in. I know I found my way. All I had to do was look far enough to see. You're the sun to me. Ever woke up when it just can't get much better?
Hi, honey, I'm home. Breakdown Separ at Ion. Oh, separation. Well, why'd you ask? You already broke it down for me. Say, himself, herself, itself, by, we can go letter by letter here, but at, let me see, that would be the dark in the mirror, so it's light, love, I-O, it's God as I-O, and mine. Yeah, so there you go. Every word means is equal and opposite, and we have Bindi in one sec. Bindi, I'm just scrolling down here to try to catch up, and get your mic open. Here we go. Did I get it? Did I get it? And there, I got it. Okay, I think we're
Bingo.
good. There you are. How are you?
Hi. I'm okay tonight, actually. I'm pretty strung out on Wii.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm doing it now for day 11, and 11 is my number, so... Whew.
Wow.
The downloading is all pictures, mate.
Yeah, the best kind, eh?
Yeah, and I'm pretty apprehensive about the moon going to Scorpio and all that. It's quite a big shift in my life at the moment, and it's all coming together, going to better instead of worse.
Yeah,
so that's good.
What you're saying is being your own vampire is a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing was, the new season of True Blood just started, and I just could not stop watching all the allegory pass me by in, like, flashes. It's like I was watching 20 screens at the same time.
Isn't it neat when you see it?
Oh, crap, yeah. Yeah. Don't ask me to explain any of it at the moment.
No.
It's still processing, but it's like madness.
Now you know how I feel when I'm on the air trying to explain it.
Oh, I still get that, and I've pretty much always done this since I was a kid. Only it's becoming more and more aware. I know who I am. I know what I'm here for, and only I've been somehow blocking myself the last couple of years, and I'm getting over that now. So, brilliant.
Yeah, Yeah, there's a lot of things. You speak of blocking, and I mean, the toughest mirror to look in is our own. The toughest allegory to find is our own. What is our purpose? And your purpose is allegorical, just like everybody else.
Yes.
So, and I know that I'm fulfilling mine. The allegory's there. I'm the walking allegory. Mine was easy. I got to see mine in the mirrar. Like,
even
literally.
an allegory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was that title of? I was going to do if I was going to do the video last night with Johnny. I was going to ask me for a title. It was going to be Crocodiles, Serpents, and Allegories.
Right.
Yeah,
we're on the
there
same
you go.
page. Hey, can I do a tiny little shout out? Because I've to Disco, she's helping me with a bit of an astrological chart, because I'm doing a work job interview soon, and she's providing me a mirror with a bit more depth, because I haven't mastered that art yet, but I've got a very instinctive and intuitional understanding of it.
Yeah.
But every now and then I'd like it to be a bit more clearer than just a load of mist with feelings, you know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, so, by all means, floor is yours. Do what you want with it. Dance, baby, dance.
Yeah, well, g'day, Disco. Thanks. It's good to see another Australian at the table. There's probably a lot more of you out there. But, I've made some nice connections here at the table, and I'm not overeating like I usually would at a table. I just want to say thank you to anybody listening anyway. It feels like I've come home and I'm listening to people finally making sense.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, I'm no longer the alien, the rest is.
I got thinking about, and I don't do this very often, I think it was more along the lines of seeing some of the one post that was put up earlier, Alec Jones and redux of Oklahoma City bombing. Are you kidding me? And I'm looking, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking about the system in general, and people just kind of walking through it and caught up on all the dramas and everything else, and that for me now is universes away. Yeah, exactly. It's like rubbish, ashes to ashes, piss off. Throw it away. And this will probably better answer Lisa's question the other night about people at different levels of awakening and stuff. Well, how far does anyone think I would get? And I'll use the allegory of and again, this is not pedestal, this is just rungs of ladder to show a comparative. Let's say a graduate university professor versus a kindergarten student. How frustrated do you think the graduate professor would be? I think I'd have more fun with the kindergarten student, though. Right. And again, this is about resonating, and the Kabbalion is very clear, do not cast pearls amongst the swine. And though it sounds very derogatory, it's a fact, what it is, the allegory is pigs will eat anything. Garbage or pearls. Yeah, except for when you have the wild boar. My Chinese sign is the wild boar, and it digs in the dark. It means its shadow. Oh, this is not to be confused with this is not to be confused with the allegory of the symbolism of astrologies and whatever. I'm just using it as there's a pig, but there's also a boar. Absolutely, the wild boar. Very, very noble animals, and apparently the royal family likes to kill 50 off in one day when they get the opportunity once or twice a year. Yeah. Murdering bastards. I don't care if you kill a boar, kill a child, kill anything, you're still a murderer, I don't care. Oh, pharaonic shills, forget them. Yeah, exactly. Deny them out of existence. Yeah, and that's kind of what I was saying today, because with all of the nonsense that, people still get caught up in, and I'm looking at all the people that seem to all come together at the same time, and it was just beautiful, and then all of a sudden, boom, and they're all gone. It's like the magic trick. You get the feeling that you farted in the elevator, and as soon as the doors open, everyone bolted. Yeah. But the point being with casting pearls to the swine or the allegorical pigs, that will eat anything, they'll take the pearls in along with the garbage, and then they'll just shit it out, and it will have no nutritional value whatsoever. Basically, it's just don't waste your time. And it's not that they're not important. The important thing is this. And I think we can kind of get the notion that consciousness is one. And if but one shall awaken, that's all it takes for consciousness. So we stay the course, and we push as hard and as fast as we can with the information we're getting, the downloads, the allegories, the stuff that we're seeing, and putting it into perspective for others. That's what, for me, that's what the awakening is.
Yeah. It's action. You've got to do it.
Yeah.
It's get on, do. So when I talk to friends, they're all quacking the books they read about all kinds of spiritual things, and it's not necessarily that the information they're relaying is wrong. It's just a repeat, and it's not being given hands and feet. There's no doing.
Well, yeah. Can you imagine me hosting a webinar for people in OPT, trying to explain to them what's going on?
People in what? I didn't get that.
OPT, OPPT, or or UCC, or these different study groups, and how to get rid of credit cards.
Yeah.
How long do you think it would take for me to really piss the entire webinar group off?
3 minutes.
That much?
Yeah, I was going to say not nearly as long as that.
I was going to say no, not as long as that.
Well, for the diehard, maybe. There's always one that's going to stick around and try and get you down or be right.
Yeah. That's right.
The egos will fight back. They won't give you the satisfaction of actually waking up or opening up a bit.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. So it might even go to 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, it might even be one that's sitting there for half an hour just yakking their head off.
Oh, exactly. And there's Carol. Oh, my goodness. Carol, how are you?
I love you, kiddo. I've been here all along. I just came in on an anonymous line so you wouldn't open me up. I've been working on my artwork, and I tried to call you on Saturday 3 times to wish you happy birthday, sweetheart.
Well, thank you, but my phone was out a minute, so no one could get through to me.
Well, I'm so sorry that I missed you, honey. I hope you had a decent birthday.
I had another one today. I woke up this morning and everything. And I'm gonna have another one tomorrow, and the next day. So are you. So is everybody.
Keep your chin up, baby. It's only going to get better from here.
I didn't realize the chin was down. It's actually right out where people can take a swing at it. Go ahead. Oh, you missed again. Oh, did the chainsaw catch your wrist and cut your hand off? I'm sorry.
Anyway, I love you, darling. You
love
take care.
Too.
Yeah. I want to thank you for the music. I'll tell you, I know you said the other night that you don't cause anybody to do anything, but you have inspired me, and I've got 3 pieces of artwork done now, and they get better each time. I'm really happy with them. So I need to thank you for inspiring me. You didn't do it, but you inspired me. So there you are.
Inspiration is a different game. Inspiration I love to be, and I love to be inspired. You see,
why don't you write a song about, have you written a song about inspiration?
Oh, probably maybe a couple hundred, yeah.
Out of 5,000, maybe there's one in there. I'd love to hear one about inspiration. Your music is so magical, honest to goodness. Just I'll have to get, beautiful.
I'll have to get to the storage unit and dig out some old files, and I've got literally hundreds of CDs, different studio sessions and what have you. I know I've got lots of gems, ones that I probably haven't heard in years, and I go, oh my God, I forgot about that song. Oh, that one too, I forgot about that one. I've written them, I can't remember them. But they all mattered when I wrote them. So, I mean, they all have life. The intent was put out there. But what a training for this particular road that we're all on. Handy little key, yeah?
Any little key. I got a call I called Cynthia yesterday, our wonderful lady that I was on our Wednesday night calls. That's such a healer and an inspiration for everybody, but she let me know, and of course I don't know that she wants this out yet, but I'm going to share it with you guys anyway. Awesome. Shame on me. And Cynthia, I'm sorry, but there was a 4-day concert in Tennessee, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, And Paul McCartney was the headliner on Friday night. And this great big fellow that is very knowledgeable about stuff took her angel music, Cynthia's angel music, and her spirit paintings, and he did a montage, I guess, up on a big, big screen. There were 135,000 people there. And it was an outdoor thing, almost like, what was that thing, Woodstock? Yeah, almost kind of like that, I would think. Anyway, this music and these beautiful angel paintings, they did them together for everybody to see. And she hasn't had a chance to visit with the fellow that did it, but he said it came off really good. So I am so anxious for her to share with us, as it trickles through and she gets the lowdown on it. But I just want to let you know there's an awful lot of beautiful people working on beautiful spirit stuff and bringing peace and happiness into this world, honey. And I appreciate everything you're doing, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Mirror, mirror.
I love you, dear. I'm going to mute back out, sweetie.
Okay, hon. No, thank you. Love you, too. Absolutely. That's the best part about unconditional, I said that the other night. I'll say it again. Love isn't all about being mushy and huggy, kissy and holy, I love you. It's also about the tough love. Loving someone enough to not put up with the garbage that's keeping them from the best part of themselves.
Well, the big problem, I'm going to come back in here for just a second to comment on that if you don't mind, but
sure.
The biggest problem we have as students of humanity at the time in history that we're here right now, we've all been taught to be nicey nice and take the cookie closest to you and take the smallest cookie and leave the last cookie for the next person and don't say anything. Don't be rude to anybody. Always be nice and put up with the shit, And that's what we've all had to unlearn, or hopefully we're unlearning it, to start exercising our personalities and our wants and needs and I do hope that you will get comfortable at some point in time asking for help. I had to do that years ago, and it's not easy. That's a very hard lesson to learn, but to ask for help is a blessing, honey.
Well,
so
I tell you,
proud of you.
I'm not afraid to ask for help. The only consideration I have on it at all is the preconceived notions of ego and all the other other idiots that do this for money and they're rampant.
They're as thick as pedophiles. I mean, things are going to change.
That's why I know, but that's why I'm very reluctant, because I do not want. I'll bleed to death before I get lumped in with that crap.
I had to take some people off my call years ago, and they were and they're still scamming. They still have their own calls, and they've scammed people out of hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I rail against that myself. The only time we ask for anything on our calls is if we had a fellow that was very, very sick and he needed some particular things, and so I did ask for if anybody wanted to donate, and sometimes I'll buy something and make it available to our family. We had a situation a few years ago where, I don't know if you remember those little silver wands, the Omega wands, 0-point wands. And this company, this multi-level company, was selling them for $300 plus shipping. So I told everybody, I said, well, I'm going to find the manufacturer and bring them to you, hopefully at a lower price. We were able to offer them to our people for $30 instead of $300, same manufacturer, same item, and that included shipping. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm very much like you are. I do not like to bring money into the equation.
It's it's that fine line between, getting lumped in with the scamming gurus that are, if you give me, $3,000 for a seminar for a weekend, I will give you truth. Buddy, if you knew the truth, you wouldn't be doing seminars. That's the truth, and for me, it's always been a situation of the truth belongs to all. No one can charge anything for it. The lesson I learned from Amanda, so much one that I learned, it's one that I knew, it's more of an acceptance, is that, it's okay. It's okay, to feel value. And if there is value there, those that see and get the value from it will be there. And I know, like, what she put up. Here's the thing. She had talking to her label. It was a great analogy too. And her group that she performs with had signed a major label deal, and they released an album, and it sold 25,000 copies. And, you know, as soon as she said that, I'm thinking, wow, that's a flop for the labels. They don't like that. If you haven't sold 100,000 copies, they're not happy. They looked at it as a failure. Of course, she comes out and says, well, she thought it was great, and I would think it was great too. I mean, but to a label, that's a flop. That's a failure. And then she decided that she was just going to give her music away. I know someone else that does that. Right, give the music away and let her listeners who want to share in it, you know, give what they want. And as it turns out, I think she had on her Twitter just under 25,000. There's that magic number again. I think it's 24,800 or something. People in her Twitter following, and guess how much she raised to do the next project. 1.2 million plus out of those less than 25,000 people. And that told me everything I need to know. It's not like, you know, I see what I mean? I always got to be careful here. No, that's not the intention, guys. It's, to be honest with you, I'd really kind of like to have a place to be by myself and, you know, maybe get my dogs on occasion. You know, that I'm not worried about other things, moving cars and stuff. And that's no big deal. It's not. It would just be nicer. That's all. And you know, these are the silly little things that I wish for. And I'm also at the reserved point of saying the universe will keep me exactly where I'm supposed to be to get exactly what it is I need. And based on what has been getting uncovered in the last, you know, few weeks, a month or so, obviously I had to be exactly where I am in order to get that. So, who knows? Right? So it's just, it will be what it will be. And I'm okay with that. I'm in the arms of the universe. Completely. I'm all in. All in. So there you go. Somebody else jump in now. And I hear typing. I don't hear talking.
It seems to me that what you're saying in a very gentle and roundabout way is that what you would now like to have is what most of us still actually do have, is a place to call our own, with the peace of mind to know that when we go in there, and, you know, we can relax completely, we can do what we want and not have to feel in any way beholden. And I think that's a very
or to feel that I'm
reasonable thing to want to have in your life.
Or that I'm in the way of, you know, someone else's
exactly, yeah,
lifestyle.
Relaxed. Totally relaxed, yeah. There's you know, there's nothing wrong with wanting that. That's a natural thing to want.
Yeah, I'm kind of, and again, no harm foul. I'm at the back to everything that happens here. You know, I'm at the whim of the others here. Servant for sure. No question there. But that's pretty much it. It would just be nice, you know. I let you guys know my phone is $30 every month to keep my phone up. That's I get 300 minutes for that unlimited texting, which is a great deal for me. I don't use it's an emergency phone anyway. You know, for those that really need to get a hold of me, and if I'm out traveling, whatever, I have something there. I don't have to worry about internet connection. I got $160 a month for the storage unit, just to keep what's left of my stuff and the important things, music and photographs and a couple of other, you know, heirloomish type things. Nothing much. I mean, I got some stuff over at a friend's place. I have no idea what kind of condition that's in. That was, the fridge stove, washer dryer, and other stuff, whatever. So I don't know what kind of shape that's in after a winter, because it wasn't sealed where it was, so I can only imagine. And bits and pieces. Sue's got a bunch of stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if she sold my guitars or what she's done. You need to be able to talk to someone to to get that information. My dogs are there, of course. Oh, we're into the rollover here, guys. I just got the 90 seconds warning. God, I hate that voice. Wish they'd get a different voice. It's just grating. It just grates me. I know Kishi wants in here, so I'll have to get over to my mouse and pull her in. Okay, and one sec, guys. Bear with me. Sorry, live radio. You know what it's like. You know how seriously I take it. No, really. I take it seriously, totally. Okay, so let me just get this here, and then let me see. I'm going to do it now, so don't know if I'm... Okay, there we go. I got this opened up, and there we go, and... Oh, come on. Yeah, you gotta love... guys, is it me or Skype like this? Snail slow in reacting to everything. Crazy. Anyway, there we go. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that's what it boils down to, Nick. I think I actually feel a whole lot safer with other people speaking for me, ones that actually know who I am. People like you and Vicky and a handful of others, right? So anyway, there you go. We're in the recording. Just letting everyone know. Oh, thanks. Ninja just put the guest call in. A bit late for that now. So we got Kishi and Steve. How are you guys doing tonight?
Go Kishi, always ladies first. Well, I'm doing very well.
Excellent, Steve. Yeah. The call failed to Kishi, so I was just checking.
Ah, okay. Well, we had a great day of sunshine, and I went over and did chores, and fed the bulls and the heifers, and brought a four-wheeler back, and Susan went and picked up the grandkids, and they're spending the day out on the farm with us, and we got the grass cut, and the wading pool lit up, and took a ride on the four-wheeler, and then about 5 o'clock, it was all sunny. We're getting ready to do a marshmallow roast tonight and have a little storyteller around the fire. And a big old northern come in, blast out of the blue, and rained and howled and carried on. So Grandma's been taking care of the grandkids, watching Shirley Temple tonight with them.
Oh, excellent, excellent. There's a little resonation. Shirley Temple. Just want to see where this is going to go now.
What are you getting at, Kate?
There we go. It was just a coincidence that came up.
Oh, yeah, just a little one. Used to be a nickname of mine.
Yeah, well, what's the temple, right?
Well, when you take it back to what they did with her and the storytelling they did with her back in the 40s and 50s, and then when she tried to make it out of it on her own and they slammed her down, yeah, she did the game for her.
Wasn't she the actress that always played roles a million times smarter than all the adults in the same movie? Or
oh, shit, yeah.
Temple, yeah. She was like Toto in form.
I always relate her to the Wizard of Oz.
Right, me too.
Yeah, Toto and definitely Shirley Temple.
Toto Temple, that's a cool one.
Exactly.
Judy Garland's who you're thinking about.
Yeah, what was I going to say there? I think it was you made a post earlier, Steve, referencing Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it was out of the. There's a international consortium of independent journalists did a great out on all the offshore banking, all the names, companies, corporations, accounts through the British Virgin Islands, all the way to the Cook Islands. It goes up through Paraguay. Yeah, it's a great article. I put the link there. It goes right to their website. They've done some really, if you want to know what all of our intentions in the, I don't know what the hell you want to call it, in the physical realm is transpiring, that will let you know.
I was going to say, that sounds to me like the allegorical of what we're doing is getting uploaded into the Akashic and downloaded into the physical.
Exactly. That's what's happening, and I just put it out there. I said people that are paying attention to what we are doing and what the cause and effect is in the physical, this is the cause and effect.
Yeah, it's manifesting elsewhere. That's one of the things, like with MJ. He doesn't always get along with us. And I actually won't know because we're off the air now, so you can't. If he's not on the board, he can't hear me. But it's one of the things, like when MJ calls, I refer to him as a watcher, because that's what he does. He watches everything. And what he's watching for is to see the ripple effects of what we're doing and how it's being portrayed across other groups, other gatherings, and what those groups are talking about. Where we're getting to the point now, well, there's the article of Wizard of Oz. That's one of our key points that we keep bringing up. All the way through to Hollywood, where these things are. This is the magic of Oz, boys and girls, where the things we're creating are actually manifesting in the world.
Well, what was said was a gentleman, I can't remember his name, Arthur Coxworth, that might have been his name. He's from the Queen's University of Canada, and he went through the documents that were presented from the International Consortium, and his words were, looking at these documents is like looking at a scene from The Wizard of Oz, when the curtain was pulled back and we've seen the wizard running the secret machines. That was his quote.
Yeah, and all those veils are getting ripped off. They're coming down in droves now. And
now, the thing is, where do we go from here?
Well, I'm here now, and keeping my intent exactly where it should be. And like I said, if you can't take back your own blood, i.e. Purified plasma called urine, and you must put it down a toilet, then put the intent. Go back to what was the movie Independence Day. How did they take out the aliens in the allegory? They put a virus into their computer, right? So, and there's our allegory. We are the virus, right? And we have the tools to do it. And when you think about how many atoms and molecules of pure life essence with intent that we wield every time we it's time to poison the well with truth.
But we are a virus to them, and we are not a virus with ourselves.
Exactly. We're the virus to the program. Well, again, I go back to video games. I'm the same thing all the time. How often, other than every single time, that when someone awakens to what's going on and opens their mouth and becomes a voice for it, what happens then is, like in a video game, the game player that you're using is actually the virus that is being attacked by the other parts of the game. Your game player is considered the virus in the game, and that's what makes the game work. And wow. That's what we are in this game. We are the virus.
That sounds like Tron. Huh?
Yeah, that is Tron.
Yeah. I had a tiny little download a while back, and it hooks into this a little bit, or a lot actually. In Dutch, the word for kidney is nier. If you put that backwards, it says rein. Rein means clean. If you start drinking your wee, you are cleaning the virus from inside out. So that's one way to opt out of the game as a virus, probably.
Absolutely, and as within, so without. That's where I was going. If you want to clean up the virus outside of yourself, clean it up inside of yourself, and only you have that tool to do that.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant! This is the cornerstone of the Dutch download. The word rein, clean, is in the word soeverein, as in sovereign.
Mm-hmm.
So drink your wee, you become clean and sovereign.
There you go.
Yeah, good.
And
it's funny. I'd look at it in English, but it's in every language. It's in all of them.
I just, if I need to appeal to people's egos, if reversing your aging and getting beautiful skin and hair and everything else matters to you, getting your weight back to normal and solving any health issues that you have, any of the toxins, be it fluoride or whatever, chemtrail, any of that stuff that you have ingested, heavy metals or whatever, neutralize it. And you have every time you evacuate your bladder, draining yourself of the plasma, life force, literally pissing all of that away.
Yep.
Literally. So time to clean the within, and of course, the power and control grid above, the one we can see, is too obvious. It was the one that was buried underground that we couldn't see that is the real controller.
Yep.
The real vampires are feeding on our real blood, and we are giving them full consent to use it. So it's all the same allegory at the end of the day. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, amazing.
Have a look in your own mirror to see what your allegory is. What purpose that you are fulfilling. Look at it allegorically. Step outside of yourself and have a look.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, me too.
But don't confuse the ground with Gaia.
Oh, no, definitely not.
No, there's so many layers there. There's Gaia, there's Sophia. I finally got what you were talking about, Steve.
Thank you very much.
I thought you were making a joke in the beginning. It sounded a bit like one of those Wawa Goo Goo channels, and I thought, oh my God, he's making a joke. But not really.
Oh, Stephen doesn't joke.
No.
Yes, he does.
Well, on a lighter end, yes.
Yeah. Usually off show time.
Well, when I'm talking about Sophia, no, I do not joke about her.
No.
She's my lady.
Right, so we have and the divine feminine good, divine feminine evil, divine masculine good, divine masculine evil. Everything is a duality, right?
Oh, there's fixed mutable cardinal in there too, somewhere.
Yep. So that's
what Gaia would be a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's why I look at, and I've been looking at it for a long time. There's another little irony in my life in terms of my life purpose. I was born in a house, so I wasn't born in a ward. Well, I was technically in an electoral ward, but I was reborn in a house. The house that I was born in is no longer there, so the place where I arrived is thin air now. It's pure spirit, and it's in Ireland. Belfast, the capital of Ulster, Northern Ireland, whatever you want to call it. I prefer to call it just the province that it is, which is the upper right ventricle of the heart of Gaia. And, these are all things that mattered, that were relevant to me. If I'd, say, been born here, Ireland wouldn't have a relevance to me as much as it would here. It's like wherever you're from matters. There is a reason why you are where you are. There's a reason why I'm 3,500 miles from home.
And it's the only place on Earth that is not mutable, the heart chakra of Earth, as in Ireland in this case. The rest is all moving, shifting, especially the Kundalini. It's going from India, Tibet, and that corner to Middle America. You can see it. The people there. Why do you think Santos is there? It's connect the dots.
Yep.
And it's taking our first breath out of the we. We've been in our mother's stomachs in the we, and then we take our first breath at that exact point where we need to be on an exact birth chart with the script there.
Yep. Well, I was born in Oz.
There
Literally.
you go.
Yeah.
Why do you think?
What?
Well, I was going to say, why do you think I love feeding down under so much information? I love feeding it right into Oz.
Yeah, well, that's why I call where I'm living now in Rotterdam, Netherland. I've gone from Lemurian light to pitch black. I'm here to light this shit up. I'm here to bust systems, baby. My veil clippers are sharp and ready.
You know, there's a lot of people I would not take as seriously as I would take you. Take the compliment.
Yeah,
you, me, Ben, and Ninja, Miranda, and a handful of others, we're all going out with our chainsaws and we're going shopping, girlfriend, and maybe a little dancing.
Oh, hell yes.
Hey, can I put a shout out to Bendy? We haven't talked very often voice to voice, and I do like your voice and have enjoyed your company and our little rants back and forth occasionally on the Skype.
Yeah, ditto, yeah. I have a picture of you with an old corncob pipe and a hat on somewhere on a farm. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy, in a good way.
Pretty close. One of these days I'll take a picture of myself and put it up.
Cool.
But that's pretty close.
Okay.
Here you go. We got we just had Jeremiah join here. What's up with you, Jeremiah?
I'm beautiful. I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying the moment. I'm enjoying the connection, the unity, the togetherness, the I amness. I'm really having a lot of fun with it. And I got to say, ever since I started, weaning myself to awesome, it's been incredible, absolutely incredible. I'm just down in this stuff. I mean, I know it's liquid gold. I know it's liquid DNA. I know it's my life essence, and it's transformed my entire being as of right now. There is a difference I'm noticing. My equilibrium is set off. I'm noticing that I'm kind of out of balance at times, but I think it's like a resetting. I was wondering if anyone had any kind of comments on that.
Oh, for me, you see, here's the thing. For whatever reason, yeah, I definitely I felt the impact of it, but it wasn't. I don't think as dramatic as others. For whatever reason, because I've always downloaded, so I'm not exactly sure. Definitely, there's no question in terms of overall well-being. Oh yeah, huge difference. Download-wise, definite marked increase, but I don't think as much as some experience. I kind of feel let down on that department, but obviously I just keep doing what I do anyway. It seems to be the right thing. And again, I look for the resonance, and the only time I get resonance is when I get you guys talking. So, and we got Josh in the call too. Josh, it's been too long, my friend. Where the hell have you been?
Hello.
There you are.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Good to have you home.
I've been fighting to get off of night shift work for a while, and finally did recently, so I can actually attend these things. Well,
I tell you, you picked the perfect timing, because here's something else too, and I want to convey this as far as others trying to awaken others. Listen, the people that tuned in to this show at the start and that are here right now are exactly everyone that was supposed to be here. Not one too many and not one too few. It was the perfect number of people for the perfect reason as to why they're here. So when you show up, it's because that's exactly when you're supposed to. You didn't miss anything, Josh. I think we pretty much caught you up tonight, yeah?
Well, yeah, I've been doing my own experimentation with the urine therapy and all the information that you had brought up with mind over matter and that kind of thing. I put some of that in the chat earlier about transmutation of energy and that kind of stuff. I've been doing my own road tests to confirm it for myself.
Yeah, your comments in the room regarding fast food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this puts it in a nutshell, boys and girls, because the one piece of the puzzle for me that was missing was not sure and not knowing exactly where that routing was coming from, because sorry, I'm not a biologist. I've got a rough idea how the human anatomy works, but as soon as it was made clear that it's filtered blood, then eat whatever the hell you want, right? So another dissolution, right? It's and you transmute it. It's mind over matter. Yeah, if you're not at a point where you can do that and feel comfortable about it, and you're going and ingesting shit all the time, well, yeah, have a look around you. You can see those that are ignorant of the mind over matter. Excuse me, the ones dying of obesity and heart troubles and stroke and all the rest of it. Okay, so but everything in terms of what you're eating is bypassed. Because only that which enters the blood. And one of the things I had mentioned, I was talking to Jerry earlier, with regards to digestion, because I don't eat meat, my bile ducts are right now effectively rendered useless, because it's the excessive amount of hydrochloric acid to get released into your stomach to break the tough stuff to break down. And also can destroy the good things that come in as well. So obviously, the less hydrochloric acid your stomach is required to digest, if the food's easy to digest, like natural, raw foods, etc., a lot more good stuff gets into the lining of the stomach, then of course into the bloodstream, which then gets filtered, and that beautiful elixir of life is clean of toxins anyway. Right? That's what your kidneys do. So, yeah, I saw that, and thank you for making that crystal clear. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Now, can I throw something out there? A little off the board?
Sure.
I do not, and probably will not, and that's okay. But for those of us that are not following the same methods that you are, you could follow the methods that I do. And know that your physical and your spiritual center is one and the same. And whether you, well, for instance, I'll give you. I ran across an article today that out of the UK that was talking about they were doing urine samples out of the UK, and the percentages of the people that the GMO toxins have been showing up in their urine. And I just feel that I can eat and drink and be what I am here on this land. And it isn't about what I eat and drink. It's about who I am as I walk this land. That makes a difference. So if that makes any sense.
Yeah, again, it's a personal choice, right? For me,
I'm just putting that out there for the folks that,
I hear you.
The body's a projection of the mind or spirit, so basically what you project into the body is what's going to be true. If you believe you're being poisoned, you are. If you don't, you're not.
Exactly.
And I wasn't trying to throw a rock into the puddle.
No.
It's a floating surface you can jump on.
Yeah.
And it really...
For God's sake.
I had a literal experience with this. A friend of mine went to the optician to get her eyes tested because she's got getting older, and she says they're getting worse. And she said, "You get yours tested too because you're the same age." She said, "Mine are 20/20, darling. Don't worry, I've got eagle eyes." And just for fun, I had them measured, and the optician said, "I don't know what to make of your eyes. You can move your iris on command."
Yeah.
That's not supposed to happen. I said, "Well, there's your eagle eyes."
Well, that's the truth, and that's how, and it's a different flavor, of looking at things, and I'm not trying to, whatever works for anybody. I just put that information out there for those that are saying, well, oh gosh, I don't know if I have to do all this stuff to make it. Well, you don't. You have to be square with your heart and understand your mind and your place and where you're at.
That's it, Steve. You're right on the money, and it's just following your heart, following what you are so excited about, what you are so intrigued about, what you're willing to do to make that inevitability possible, and what you believe based on what you're doing, and then what you associate that belief with, and the act of it happening, and the act of it actually carrying out. So if you wanted to say, go the we route, then you want these powers, where you can do anything, teleport, transport. Like you've gotten the knowledge at this point where you're ready to just really do what you were set here to do, what you're meant here to do, is awaken that spiritual essence. So it really follows what you decide to do to find the path that is most appropriate for you at this time. And that's really what made me want to go the we route. And when I found out that it was just liquid DNA, that whatever it was that I created, whatever it was my intention was for that, that is going to lead me so much more closer to my inevitability. And it's beautiful, and everyone has this capability if you wanted to seek out certain avenues, certain paths. And we all have different lessons here, so it's beautiful.
Very well put, and I just want to point out that many years ago, before I left home, I tried several experiences. I'm talking about the age of probably 10, 11, 12, in that range. And one of those experiences was to taste and drink my own pee. And, of course, back in the late 60s, that was a little weird coming out of a Catholic family. And but I experienced that by myself on the shores of a lake, and thought it a very great experience. But I had to go down certain pathways in my life and experience some other things. And I'm saying it's a great thing, don't get me wrong, and I probably should.
Right.
But I've just thrown that out there for others that are saying, well, I don't know, that there are many ways that we are the beings that we are. And whatever.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I am going to jump in here because one of the things that I am going to share with people, and I'm going to put the responsibility back upon them. Yeah, you can call it preference and personal choice all day long. Most people's egos will just take it as a crutch to say that they don't have to do it, and we end up in the same rut. The bottom line is this: if you're truly looking to awaken, and I'm talking sort the shit out and get your physical sorted out, you can talk mind over matter all day long. If your body hasn't got the tools to do it, the right proteins, the right aminos, all the rest, which are contained in your own gold, it's trying to play God without actually using the tools to be that. And you'll walk in the same circle that we've done for thousands of years. My attitude is very simply this: it's a fact, suck it up, or don't. But I'm not going to offer, and I'm playing devil's advocate on both sides of this, I'm not going to offer up any ego, anybody out there, an excuse to say that they don't have to because their mind is strong enough. Because I guarantee you want to sit with me one-on-one, and I'll show you just how strong your mind is.
The mind does still need the matter.
You got it.
But it's nothing to be over.
You're not going to put anything from this planet outside of yourself into yourself that's going to be better for you than yourself. Sorry, ain't buying it. I know the power of what it is. This is the Philosopher's Stone. Philosophy, the search for truth. It's taking the pure plasma from your blood, okay, with all the nutrients and everything that your body can use at that instant, coming straight from the ether. You find me something on this planet that is more potent than coming straight from the ether, and I'm on it. But I guarantee you, the only thing that's going to be strong enough for me at that level is me. And I will partake of my own blood. Hey, didn't Jesus say that when you drink this, you will think of me, this is my blood? Right? So a whole new spin on that category. Again, another layer peeled off of that. Here it is. If you're not willing to partake of your own blood, then piss your life away, by all means. And I'll take any excuse from anybody, and I'll say that's great. I'm glad that's good for you. But at the same time, I will not advocate any form of crutch whatsoever. Make the personal choice. That's fine. Absolutely, that's fine. But that's your choice. That's your responsibility. And I will tell you, and so countless other people now, that you're missing the ride of your life.
Right.
That's it.
And yeah. Absolutely, and if you're ready to go down that path, absolutely, that's what you're ready for. And the fact that Steve had that intuition, that desire to actually, find out what that was about, and to have that just that inclination, that heartfelt withinness. It's just beautiful. I love this. I love where this is going, but I gotta go, guys. I love you. Take care.
Thanks, Jeremiah. I love you too, man.
Can I just interject here? I was just going to say that it's very interesting. This is a learnt thing, and I do believe that probably most children would try their Wii. Easily try their Wii, but we're told very young, dirty, smelly, nasty, wash your hands. And you've become programmed so quickly that it's not a nice thing. Whereas if left to one's own devices, I'm sure children would pee in their hand and just take it, instantly knowing. And of course, remembering where they've just come from.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Amanda.
Yeah.
Sorry, Miranda, I'm half asleep.
Absolutely. Again, it's what we've been conditioned with. If we had known this, and our parents had known this would be part of our day-to-day regimen anyway. There would be no consideration on whatsoever. And we'd certainly have a planet full of very long-lived, very, very high-frequency, energetic beings walking in compassion, light, and love already. So you have to stop and look at, one, why are they making us piss it away? And two, why are they gathering it up in the underground network? There has to be a higher purpose to it. Of course there is. They're taking what we throw away from the ether. We're literally throwing creation away, literally. And I don't mean that in any gentle means whatsoever. The term "pissing your life away" is very literal. And what you're doing is you're taking right from the ether and you're putting it right into a toilet bowl and you're handing it right to them to be, for whatever they're using it for. They're allegory of vampires. Vampires feed on blood. And urine is the purest form of that plasma energy with all the life-giving nutrients in it. They gather it up for a reason. Unfortunately, now they're going to have some problems because the well is getting poisoned. Anything that I'm not using is going to go for good intent to poison that well. There's your den of thieves. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see how you like your gold poisoned with truth and light and love. And then if you use it for negative, you're done.
And if people cannot face drinking it themselves, save it all, water it down, and give it to your plants, give it to your garden, give it back to your Mother Earth, who is dying for it. Who needs that creation back into her, the same as she needs our poo. Every day I poo in the woods. Every day I poo in the woods when I walk my dogs, and I feel connected. I feel like I've done a good deed for the day, and I cover it up with leaves. Nobody's going to know, and I've refed my mother. I'm saying thank you for growing what you've grown, and we've taken her food away from her, and it makes me so sad. Guys, go out and build yourself a little compost loo. Keep it. There's a wonderful book called Human Manure where you can actually feed your poo to worms and put it back into the soil. This is why the soil is so taken away of all its nutrients and doing so badly. We need to put our essence back into the land. We come from Earth and we need to give to Earth.
Shiwa, I said that in the room earlier. They were talking about drinking the pee, and I said, I don't, I'm sorry, but I gave it back to Mother Earth. And somebody said, what, in a septic? I said, and or a tree or whatever, but I give it back to Mother, and I draw her energy back. And I understand what you all are saying, and I'm not detracting from that at all, Katie. I'm just.
Steve, I'm not saying that you are. What I can hear is exactly what egos are going to hear and think, oh, okay, well, someone says that I don't have to and I won't because, we've been so pounded with negative connotations to it. Any form of, oh, it's okay, you can still avoid it, is going to go straight to the ego. We're not, here's what I love to get across to people. Stop assuming that people are as awake as you are, because you're actually harming them. Because of things that you know and things that you do and have the ability to do doesn't mean that everyone else does. So that's why, for me, I'm always mindful. I will not give anyone an excuse. I will hand them full responsibility. Ignorance, there is no defense of ignorance. So when I put the noise, they can choose now. That's all.
Well, I agree, and we're on the same page, Kate. You know, today I stopped at the creek and laid my hand upon the water that comes from, generated from the birth of the mother inside and matures as it comes out. When it bubbles out of the springs, you know, the energy that comes forth. And I wasn't trying to give anybody an excuse. I was just
I'm not saying you were.
Them to connect, you know.
I'm not saying you were. What I am saying is that you were speaking to people that aren't quite ready to hear anything but an excuse to not do something. That's what they'll hear.
Then I shouldn't seek.
No, it's not a matter of not seeking. Again, it is perspective. You know, I said it. I don't know how else to say it. It's seeds that are planted, right? If you're planting a seed that gives, I don't give anybody an out. That's what got us here. We got trapped because we always seem to have an easy way out of something. And of course, in the physical, it's about the path of least resistance. In the spiritual, it's the path of most resistance.
Speaking of seeds.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Did I just interrupt the download?
No.
Okay. Speaking of seeds, my grandmother used to say that if you have your menstrual period, it's a good idea to put that back because it's the sacred feminine being reintroduced into the earth as well. So that might be a good one to look into.
Yep, I've heard that many times as well.
I would say ingest. That would be there's my program. I wouldn't ingest it, but maybe, who knows? Maybe homeopathically, like a drop on the tongue.
Bindi, you'll like this. My lovely friend Renee.
Yeah.
When she has her period, she puts a drop of her menstrual blood on her third eye.
Right. Ha! Brilliant. Thank you.
And she just got seriously ticked off because she was somewhere and some professional completely freaked out when they discovered what her bindi was made from.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I hear you.
I think it's very appropriate for you.
Yes.
I've
been snorting urine, and somehow I keep seeing blood before my eyes when I do that. So, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure. And another thing about the pee, when we think this world is so full of us not being in touch with ourselves or loving ourselves, and this is what true love is. We look outside of ourselves to be complete, to be in partnership, to be in marriage, to find the neo, the one. And we're forgetting that we are the one. Yeah. And this whole thing with drinking your urine is the alchemical marriage within yourself of completeness and wholeness. I really do believe that. It's an incredible, magical experience, and one can really love oneself, and that's what it's all about.
Yep.
That is the perfect allegory.
And why not be here with and in the body? I mean, it's fun, isn't it? It may be temporal, it may be holographic, but I love it, and I think by loving all of it, even the shit, literally and figuratively, you will be one, because all the shards of the mirror need to be put back together again. And then you'll have full reflection, not just a few shards.
Yeah,
wow.
And speaking of third eye, people talk about the calcification with fluoride and all the rest of the crap that is out there that some of us can transmute just with our own will, but you want the shortcut to cracking your pineal open, there it is, and you'll have it in a couple of days. No effort.
Oh, not just the pineal, the whole lot.
Well, the whole thing. But
the whole endocrine system goes whoa.
Yep. I'm just pinpointing certain parts of the ego program. People focused on open pineal. You got people focused on this.
Yeah. It's in the main jargon now. So yeah.
Yeah. So I like pinpointing things because what floats one boat sinks another, right? So I just like to make sure that everyone's included in the boat. There's countless benefits, and the benefits are, they're self-fulfilling, literally self-fulfilling prophecies. Pro, phi, C, right? For, sacred creation. C, note of love. And of course with the Y, tree of life involved as well.
Yep.
So your own self-fulfilling prophecy. There's a philosopher. What is a philosopher? Someone who seeks the truth. Someone who is, looking for the deeper meanings. Why would they call it philosopher's stone instead of liquid gold or something else? It was called that for a very specific reason. And we talked about the word stone this morning as well. I saw two musical things in it right away, tones and notes. Creation is all about a song. It's all about waves and energy, and creator's a poet. That I know. That's what the whole prose is about. Prose for himself, herself, itself. And I will add on too that creator, our divine essence, is always in bliss. So everything's got to have a to it. Even planet Earth.
Yep.
A lot of jokes running around now, and it's getting funnier and funnier. It's every time I hear a siren, I laugh. It's a completely different paradigm now. There's I see a cruiser when I'm traveling invisible, and I know the level of entity that is sitting behind there getting fried with tachyon energy, and they're going to wonder in 10 years why their body is dilapidated. Well, because your DNA got shredded with all that tachyon you've been sitting in, but you weren't aware of it. You didn't have your shields up. That's why any of these microwaves and the rest of this crap, it will only affect you if you say it will. Your DNA is yours to program. And that's the thing about, Miranda, you were talking about putting your intention into the we. What was that Japanese doctor?
Emoto.
Yeah. Putting the intention into the most pure water in the universe, pure ether. That's why they call it urethra. It's your ether, eh? Your ether of creation, A, 6 in the mirror, which is light. Yin is dark, in the mirror is light. So urethra is your ether of light.
And Eureka is the moment you find it. Oh, the clock just went 11:11:11 here. Right.
Kate, can I read one lexigram about the we?
Oh, yeah, please.
Have we got time? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We is our scent. Nevermore cover yourself with unnatural scent, made by beasts, from beasts, for you are holy. Your smell is who you are. Your we is from your holy well, for you are the Holy Grail. So dab your we behind and in your ears, so you can truly hear and smell like the beautiful water baby you are. Take from thine own waters. Mother Earth is our heart, and we reconnects us with ourself, our brother and sister, the he and she, the she and he, already within me, within my we. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the one Neo Eon. We have been waiting for the mirror you. Brethren, ether be, for the breath of life is water. Have no fear, you are mermen and mermaid. The serpent's coil, the Ouroboros. We are Ra, we are Isis, we are the eight. Eat from yourself, God and Goddess, kings and queens, he and she and he. We will remind you, we will help you remember, member ring. We will help break you through the membrane, and you will be rebirthed. Birth contains rib. We are coming, we are being. Join yourself and join yourself. Become your own emerald king and queen, connecting to source by collecting your source. For now 2 are 1, which is really both.
Exactly.
Wow.
Kate Dudley to interject here.
Please.
Remember the parable of the woman at the well with Jesus?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. She offered him her water.
Where does the lady of the lake throw the sword from? The water.
Oh, by the way, thank you for reminding me. You know how I do the little I have eyes to see, ears to hear. Universe, show me what it is I need to see right now. And then I look up, and what did I see in the clouds at about 1 this morning? Beautiful, beautiful swan. And gorgeous. You know, I'm looking and looking at, oh my God, check that out. It was in like on the lake, sort of. If you imagine a swan on the lake with beautiful arch on the head and the wings folded back. And then I said, oh yeah, okay. And then I said, oh, okay, no, just proof is in the pudding, so I'm going to have another look. And okay, what else is there? I look up, and guess what I saw, Ninja? I saw the Lady of the Lake from my Justice card. The sword in one hand and a scabbard in the other. Lady Justice.
Wow.
Yeah, that was last night. I was going to talk about that earlier in the show, but I kind of, went off. But yeah, so I was just coincidences. That's all. Just like Bruce posted it, just posted to me. Hey, check out Amanda Palmer, and I think you'll like what she has to say. I wrote.
Yeah, we've been on that for a day and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, but talk about her on the show last night and tonight, and I wrote, try to keep up, eh? LOL. She likes chainsaws too.
Shall I tell you another nice one, Kate? I was outdoors painting today, and I hadn't made up my mind if I was going to call into the show or not tonight. And I looked up and saw 2 swans flying by, but the other date I had that I called off was sword fight lessons. I do medieval sword fighting as a hobby sport. With the sword and the swan keys reappearing.
Yeah, what are the odds of that?
Yeah, I was just thinking, what did you just say?
Yeah, look at the synchronicities lining up. I mean, like I know who Bruce is, and his name's not Bruce, but I let him travel in incognito. But what I see there right now is someone that was quite a ways behind in the loop is now caught up to real time with a day or so. Right? So that's what I see. Is, try to keep up, eh? It looks like you are. Good. It just shows the synchronicities and the things that are popping up in the now. What do I need to see? And you want to test yourself. It's an easy thing. This is how I'm learning to trust myself fully again, by not doubting anything and saying, what do I need to see right now? And when I say that, I'm saying it right now, but what I was manifesting had to be happening already before the now moment in order for it to enter the now moment. Do you see how the time is zeroed? In order, let me put it another way. Let's say big clue that you're looking for that would resonate is meat stick. You're looking for, if you saw anything right after you asked that and it had meat stick on it, you would know that you're on the right trail. Okay? So let's say you're just traveling along and you say that. I have eyes to see, ears to hear. What do I need to see? Universe, show me now. And then all of a sudden you look to your left and there's a truck passing you with a big sign on the side of it saying meat sticks. That truck had to already be in existence, coming up for you to know, to ask. So you've actually stepped out of time there. You've stepped into creation and you've put it there. It's not coincidence. And the odds of that occurring are not even calculable.
I did that yesterday, Kate. a van showed up like the front, and it said "Dogs in Transit." Let's go. Oh, I know.
You know, and there's the word transmute, across mute, across silence, to silence. The only way you're going to transmute anything is to get silent, meditate, get within, and it only takes the twinkling of an eye to do that. People think that meditation has to last hours, and I can't get into the zone, and this, that, and the other. No, it is a twinkling of an eye. It is that one instant where all thought stops. That's where the downloads occur.
And you know what? The quiet formation I saw this morning, it was like, oh God, I never seen the quiet so black. It was a massive cone-shaped quiet. Looked sort of like a tornado upside down.
Oh, nice.
And like a vortex, really, you know?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You know, it's Oz. We're in Oz, baby boys and girls.
Yep.
There's no other way to say it. There really isn't. And it really is a matter of trusting yourself, where we have been in believing land so long. Now we're in knowing land. So it's a different game. You know, believing you're at effect, knowing your cause. And that's what we're really, for me, that's what I'm learning to shift into, is to become cause over my universe. Again, where, you know, I have the past, obviously, and the future, because neither one exists. All moments are now. I'm still wanting to make sure that I got the concept of getting ahead of their chronos, their time, by being in that moment of creation, where something that you thought wasn't there at that instant is created for you to see in the same instant. Is that working for anybody?
Totally clear for me.
Okay. You know, it's like, think of when you're downloading something off the internet. I mean, YouTube downloader, sometimes it'll go at 1.5 gigabytes per second. Okay? Like, it just goes crazy. That's a lot of information in a second. So that's why I'm telling you, you don't need an hour of meditation. What you need is an instant of silence. And so don't get hung up on the chitter chatter of the left brain. It's, you know, yeah, you got to get it under control. But becoming aware of it is generally enough. I mean, when I was talking to Jerry, he was talking about meditation, and meditation for everyone is different. There is no set rule to it. The only thing that people really need to do is just find time for themselves, and you know, take a walk down by a river, you know, sit on the grass or on the riverbank or whatever the case may be. You know, if it means sitting at a potter's wheel, getting into that, or you know, playing a keyboard or guitar, or painting, or just going for a walk where you have solace time for yourself. That is, whatever you love to do will be that one thing that will cause you to meditate. Because when you love to do something, that's why people, you know, you ask everybody how much they love their jobs, and you will find very few that do. And you'll find the ones that really love what they're doing are very successful at it because they've got the passion of it. Right? So, when you love something, you're in an unconditional state. And love is where meditation is found. So find the things that float your boat, that take you away, that make you into the daydreaming child again. And those daydreams won't be the thoughts of, I need to pick milk up and I need to do this and that and the other. You're back in dream state. That's where the real manifestation and creation occurs. And we have been so far removed from that for so very long. But we're home. We're getting there now. You know?
I've just had a lovely idea.
Okay.
We could en masse. How about a little what should we even call it? I don't know whether it could be a joint meditation either. How about we hold a P up and salute it to the world or to us, to changing, and we all sip one at 11:11 and 11:11. How perfect. We both are male and are female. twice a day.
Yep.
We could have some really strong power with that.
Sure.
Woo-hoo! Yippee!
Or I can make it even simpler and just let people know that every instant that you are partaking of your own goals is the now moment.
Yeah.
So we collectively have the now, and I don't work off their chronos. Fair?
So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
I was just thinking I would not be able to manage getting the time thing right. So I love the idea that, thanks for that, Kate.
Yeah, the concept's great. I know what you're saying, Miranda. I'm just taking the clock out of the mix. We don't need 11:11. What we need is now. So do it now. And every moment you're doing it, put that same toast up. No, I'm talking to everybody. It's a radio show. Right? If I say, Miranda, do it now, then you know I'm talking to you. No, when I say you, I'm including myself too, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying cheers. I'm having one now.
Sláinte, baby. Don't put the clock in. I'm trying to get people out of Chronos here. Saturn, baby. Time to take that puppy down, and now is the only time there is.
You need the time to lose it.
Exactly. Well, we got ourselves about 4 minutes left here. You want to finish on a song, or you want to talk this one out?
I always say song if it's my choice, so that's my vote.
Music.
All right.
Pick 'em that.
Okay.
Yep. Same here.
All right. Well, we'll do that, and we'll have probably enough time to get one of these tunes in. And which one am I going to do? I don't know. What do you guys... Oh, I know which one. Oh, I guess we're doing that one. Love you all.
How far have we traveled to get here today, to stand face to face? Oceans are not wide enough to keep us apart, no distance too far. And somehow I found you, you have found me, like an angel from somewhere above, to fall soft as a feather right into my arms from the wings of love. Blessed, I stand here before you, entranced by your smile, so lost in your eyes, and knowing that this is the first day in a journey of years, one lifetime to say that here now I found you, and glad that you found me. You're an angel from somewhere above, and fell soft as a feather right into my heart from the wings of love. So know that with one journey traveled, another one begins today. Yes, you, my once in a lifetime, completes me completely always. Somehow I found you, you have found me, like an angel from somewhere above, to fall soft as a feather right into my arms from the wings of love.
Yeah, that one worked, eh? Yeah, we still have about a minute.
beautiful arrangement that song, Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna,
like the flute.
Yeah, I'll share that. I did that on keyboard. I'll share the story of that when there's a bit of time. I wrote that for a wedding. Yeah, I got it to them 2 hours before the wedding. I knew about it for 3 months, and I'd been trying to work on it. Didn't want to fit, right? And then, literally, at 7 o'clock the night before, I was supposed to get it the next day to them. And I had to get to the studio. I was in the studio at night till 4 a.m. to do this. Got home, grabbed 2 hours sleep, and ended up having to drive another hour and a half to get where it needed to be to drop it off. Yeah, it hit me like literally. I had the melody, I had everything. I just didn't have the arrangement or anything, and that fell out of me I wrote it, and then I called my buddy at the studio and said, "Steve, I'll be right there." And said he had someone in. Said, "Can you come in at midnight?" I said, "Yeah, I can do that. I got to get this recorded for tomorrow."
As perfect as even. Absolutely perfect.
Well, it works, eh? Well, we're going to run.
One more thing I'm looking to.
Video provided by verdictproductions.com.
Well, chances are I might be, but I'd probably still be pulling the same shit that sorry, I just saw a post. How many times have I torn Alex Jones a new one on this show, and a co-host laughing along with me, thinking it was all fun, and I just post. Like, fuck's sakes, Tony. Right? Now he's promoting the guy. This is what I'm talking about. This is people that cannot let go of their delusions. That, but my whole life purpose is about this and that. I don't give a fuck what your life purpose was. You obviously weren't on the right one because you're still sleeping. If you're going along with what everybody else is doing, you're not being very original. I kind of like being original. Kind of like having my own thoughts. And over the last, especially over the last few weeks, it's just getting more and more original because all I'm seeing now are the allegories. I'll still see the literal, but I'll tell you, when somebody starts talking to me in a literal sense, I'm just, yeah, okay, sure. Uh-huh. Great. Yep, yep, absolutely. I don't want to be rude. If people want to stay stuck in the dramas and all the rest of it, it's fine. It's fine. I'll be congenial and courteous. Always the polite hostess. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, hi, I'm Kate of Gaia, hostess for Outside the Box. Yeah, we're crowding 6 years on the air now, guys. It's pretty cool. And I got to tell you, this is the first time over the last few weeks that anything I've been really talking about is worth anything. Oh, and then we just throw everything else in my life in the garbage. Sure, why not? It's already there. It's past. Unless, of course, you want to, keep all the crap. That's fine. I mean, allegorically, you look around North America. It's just, I have a storage unit because where I had my furniture and stuff was in a house, and that was stolen. So it's the only reason I have a storage unit. Just to keep the songs and the lyrics and photographs. It's the only reason at this point. Yeah, there's a few odds and ends. If I ever got into a place where I could set some of the stuff up, I'd be a very Spartan little pad, but certainly save $160 a month on fucking storage fees, but whatever. And again, gratitude. The show that I did in February has carried me to this point. I cannot be more grateful. It's helped others as well. So you need to know that what came in was shared. As I said, all I need, and that was fulfilled, and I was able to help others as well, which is cool. It's about transmuting or cross-silencing the money. And when you fully understand what money is and it passes through your hands, you're transmuting it. You're removing that, literally just by the touch of it, the curse of the theft of the divine feminine, as done through the birth bonds and all the rest of it. Yeah, isn't it funny? I haven't been talking about that much lately. Why? Because it's all allegory, and it all factors in. mean, these are the key things that I had that one on Saturday. What a nice birthday present. The universe gave me the gift of the universe. I wasn't even asking for it. That's kind of the funny thing. It was sort of, oh, surprise, Kate. You go, oh, no way. No way. You didn't have to do that. Okay, well, maybe I've been begging for it for whatever. But, yeah, we had a great show this afternoon with criticalmassradio.co.uk. Always great to be on the main page. I had a little internet issue getting online. Got on a bit late, so the show was just a little over an hour. But I did post a link in Facebook, and I'll post it, probably post it in a couple of groups. I have Ninja, of course, and Miranda, of course, joined me again, as we did last week. And boy, did we open up a can of worms. We didn't just open a can of worms, we actually emptied the damn thing out. So I'm just going to see where if Miranda got called in here, and if not, I will bring you. Oh, yeah, there both of you are. I was looking for the. Sorry, I got the sun in my eyes sitting here, and it's hard enough to see the board as is. Oh, hang on, I got Miranda in, and I did click you, Ninja, and I think we got it. Please. There we go. Okay, so ladies, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Kate.
Wow, in unison even.
Yeah, how about that? Imagine that.
Right. Yeah, welcome to the three fates, the three witch bitches, and and our all-seeing eye. We're going to share with you guys tonight. We have to do our cackle voice, I guess. No. Yeah, I was wondering why I watched that movie again. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but it's been one coincidence after another today. It's unrelenting.
Just go with it, hey? That's what we're here for.
Oh yeah, it's great. So anyway, where do we want to go? Because we really just got warmed up today, as far as what we were talking about. So we got plenty of time to get this point across now. I read the essay last night for people listening, so I'm assuming that if you listened, you heard it, and if you didn't, you managed to get a copy of it. And you can get that, by the way. It's called Raining Cats and Dogs, and you can get that at kateofgaia.wordpress.com. Thank you, Ninja. Yeah, even reading it again, I read it today again on the air, and of course I had to edit it, which I did, so I read it correctly this time. But even today, it's just more stuff, jumping out. And as I was reading through it, when I was writing it yesterday, what was happening was I was getting so overwhelmed with ideas and concepts, and I just could not write fast enough. I tried, I really did, but there will be a couple more ideas coming out of it. I was hoping to get to it today, but the internet thing kind of threw me off my center a bit. And so much for being a Zen master. Oh well, like who cares? Fucking gurus. Am I being cheeky tonight or what? To look at it. For me, it was about, we've heard everyone talk about this is a prison planet for, King of the Fear Porn and his cohort. You're the resistance to fear porn. Come on, Tony, let's talk. Okay, so, sorry, I'm just going to call it what it is. Shit, how long do you got to hang around me to not get it? Like, fuck. This is what I'm talking about. This is the people falling off. And no harm to you, Tony. You carry on there and spin yourself out, knock yourself out. So, and that includes all the others that fell off the bandwagon, if you will. And that's okay. I'm singing the song, and whether you want to be a part of the band or not, it's entirely up to you. The song's going to go forward anyway, with or without me or anybody. So, anyway, yeah. Seriously? Oh my God. Anyway. No, there's no ego there at all. None. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's get back on the tracks here. Sorry, I just find it really humorous. But anyway. Oh, I'll probably get a message or something. I don't give a shit. Yeah, knock yourself out. Yeah, a lot of people that I deem to be very close to me have fallen off. And I only see that as the closer we get, those of you that are tuned in, congratulations, you're tuned in. Yeah, you are tuned in on a level the vast majority of the planet isn't. And I know this. Because I know for a fact that what we do together here is one of a kind. There is nothing else like it on the internet or radio or anywhere else on this planet. I know this. I don't think it, I know it. How many shows talk about the surreality of the physical and it's all allegory? How many shows have you come across that talks about that? At all. Oh, they might allude to this or allude to that or whatever the case may be. But they're still stuck in the physical quagmire. It's bogging them down. And they're still caught up in the whole physical game. Looking for solutions in pyramids. Sure, if you want your slavery back to an even grander level. You know. I mean, Gaia knocked off the cap of the pyramids because she knew the harm that the Egyptians that everybody worships so profusely. By the way, they're the pedophiles in Switzerland. And they're all over the place now. They breed like fucking rabbits. But that's okay. They can breed as many as they want. Because it only takes one of us to take care of business. If but one shall awaken. And I know within our little group, we have the one. Just waiting for the click moment. And the whole house of cards comes tumbling down on them. Right? Yeah, you can talk about the grids of the earth and whatever. Or you miss the allegory. Right? As above, so below. Those with eyes to see, ears to hear, and voice to ask, no less. There's a new one. They didn't throw that one in the Kabbalion. Guess they forgot to. Guess you had to find that for yourself. Yeah. I found that.
Please note the views and opinions expressed by the hosts on this show are not necessarily the views held by the station.
You're listening to Critical Mass Radio. Now it's our turn.
Damn straight it is. Okay. Oh, what a day, what a day. It's amazing when, what do you call it? Oh yeah, the allegory starts showing up in droves, all moments of now. I'm going to give everybody the heads up here though. We're going to have people fall off. Like, a lot of people. And, you see, anytime someone falls off, what I see is our table. I said ours, it's what I see is our table. It's not my table. When I see people get up and walk away, generally in a huff, it's not them, it's their ego. It's one of the toughest things people have to accept. It's pretty easy for me. I mean, I spent a lifetime being wrong, so this was a no-brainer, really. Everything you thought you ever knew, everything you thought that ever mattered, everything you think, it's all bullshit. And, when you get people spending lifetimes, be it in whatever situation they're in, this will help explain the trap that most people on this planet are in. They get caught up in it and they just kind of go with the flow. And for me, it had to be something, what is it that would keep me wanting to play in this game at the level we were playing? And the only thing that really resonated for me was ignorance. And, just going through the motions of day-to-day life as it was indoctrinated into me and everyone else. Go to school, go to college, whatever the case may be, get a job, work for, 40 plus years, give 95% of that to the government, and then die, and they insult you with a stone with all caps on it that allegorically stated, you never lived anyway, you fool. I thought that, no, that's not my kind of game. So I dared to, think a little different. No, that's fine for whoever wants it. They want to stay at it, that's fine. You know, and then you got people that, like myself, I'm 49, right? I went through the luxury of having, 35 years of my life ripped apart and stolen. Couldn't be more grateful, personally. Because I'll tell you, if that hadn't happened, sorry if I sound like a victim right now. Not. If that hadn't have happened, then I wouldn't be sitting here talking with you. Oh my God. When you start to see it, you really, Creator has a sense of humor. Oh man, the shit we take so seriously. Where do you guys want to start? You want to go through the whole vampire analogy?
Yeah, I would like to do that. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. So, I'm going to give you guys a little backup. You've already heard all of this before, but I'm going to put the pieces that you've heard before into a chronological order. All right, I've talked about this in the past. Blood is not a liquid per se, in the way that we think of it being pumped through our veins. Blood is the physical and spiritual river of life within us. That's the Red Sea. That's our Red Sea, okay? And we kind of have to part it. See where I'm going already? See this shit? It's been a good day. We have to part that Red Sea. But not in the same way that, Moses might have convinced everybody, part the Red Sea. Yeah, sure you did. It's an allegory. If you'd have been doing that back then, Moses, we wouldn't be talking right now. Trust me. That's where we're going back to have that ability back. But okay, so you got blood. It's ether. The giveaway there is one of the components of blood. It's called plasma. Like as in a plasma field or a plasma lamp. It's energy. Plasma is energy. And isn't it interesting when they separate blood to get the plasma, it turns out to be almost identical to seawater in all its ways. We are the salt of the earth, right? Sea, the note of love. Your love water, your truth. Right, so we can understand that blood is not a liquid in the truest sense. It is a combination of basically oil and water, plasma and, spiritual and physical, intertwining as in two serpents, the two rivers flowing together. The vessels, blood vessels, that's why we're in a vessel. A cup, we are the cup. Bruce Lee mentioned something about be the cup, okay, or be the glass. And the heart is not a pump. It is a regulator. It is a Merkaba. And depending on your essence of creation, you're either turning clockwise, female, or counterclockwise, male. You see, when you put them both together, that's when you get the two in one, right? The twin flame thing going on. Now, what that does is it just regulates the implosions. Your blood is imploding as it goes through your veins. We talked about gold and silver in the past, the veins being ripped out of Gaia. So we have taken that living force, Gaia's veins, her ability to connect and flow,